still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank rolls. Now we all in designer, driving past the same. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank rolls. Now we all in designer, driving past the same. Yeah, told you I would never change it. Young Charlie, yeah, he the same. I'm out here gunning it. On a Friday, got in the name it. Champagne in my hand, I'ma spray that. My dogs gon' dance on the stage. Throwing up shots in the pavement. Same old roads, I'm claiming it. And I'm with all the ones from the jump. Now we do what we want when we want. It'll be that way till I'm gone. Till I'm gone, till I'm gone. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank rolls. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the
all right,
same bros. We still out
let's
here
run it.
mobbing,
Welcome in.
it's just in a Range
Party
Rover.
time.
Made it with the same guys, now we different bank rolls. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same.
Holy I know they want part of my money, no dummy, I'd rather them eat. It's hard to know when they like it for you. If it's my music, then how I'm unique. I know I'm young and I'm fly with the heat. Gotta value myself so I won't even beat. Boy, be stepping through trees once I give a response, that be when they repeat. I know I make it look easy, but I focus, ain't no time to slack. Tryna go for my bro, I'ma clap when I told you I like
Okay,
you,
welcome in.
At the top of my brother,
Same
we made it.
friends.
They want to say dated, but a couple of they faded.
How we feeling, everyone? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. Good to see you guys. You still out here mobbing. Same guys, same guys. Get it. All right, well, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Who we got here in the chat today? Who we got? Who we got? 3 ants in the building. What up, 3 ants? Tyrone, Jamil, only bands in the building. What up, Jeff? What's good? Bands counted up is here. Let's go. He's counting up the bands. He's counting them up. Let's get a Z Gamer in the house. Let's go, Z Gamer. Let's go. Let's go. What up, Ronnie? Yo, Sujay in the building. Traders X is here. Bright and early. Good afternoon, bro. Grandy in the building. What up, Grandy? What up, Luffy? What up, Engineer 14? Stewie B in the house. What up, Stewie B? What up, Crazy B? We got Stewie B. We got Crazy B. We got Ben Bennett with the B's. We got them all, man. What up, B? Yanosh in the house. What up, Yanosh? What's poppin', everyone? Good morning, Wayne. What's goody? What's up, Christian? What up, Alan? Clubhouse, how we feeling? Futures Lore in the building. What up, Ben G? Mr. BTC is here. Look at the clubhouse. This is what you call motion right here. This is what you call motion. Anyone ever want to know the definition of motion? You're looking at it right here. You're looking at it. We invented the motion. Where's Sam at? Oh man, what up, Captain? Yogi in the house. What up, Yogi? What up, Elijah? Mr. BTC, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling? Big Q in the house. What up, Q? All right, this is spinning. This is too crazy. Too crazy. Bone in the building. Biggie. We got Biggie in the house, baby. All right, what up, Shubs? Sunboy in the building. What's up, Carlito? What's goody? What's goody? Jason C in the house. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? How many people we got here? 340, 350, and about 500. Let me ask you guys a question. Who is... If you guys can name maybe 2 or 3 of your best buddies in TTE, who would they be? Who would they be? Who's some of your best friends here in TT? When we hear that song, The Same Friends, I want to know because I know you guys got running buddies. Who's some of your... Shout out some of your best friends in the community here, man. Let me see who's rocking with who. Let's see. Who are some of your best... Who are some of the best connections you made with here in this group? I'm very curious. Elijah, let's get it. Let's get it, Ron. Yeah, man. You guys got to sharpen each other. Sharpen each other, man. That's what the tribe is for. Johnny Gems and Mark Douglas. Let's go. Scotty C. Let's go. Love this. Who else? Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Give us your pen pal, your best friend. Your one or two of them. One or two of them. Who do you be talking to in Discord the most? Who do you be checking in with sometimes, comparing your trades to? I know y'all got some friends. What up, Killshot? Love it, love it. I love to see you guys networking and meeting each other and holding each other accountable, and it's awesome. It's so awesome. It's gotten to the point where this thing has gotten so big now. It's tough for me to like pay all undivided attention to everyone. So to have other people in this community to make you better and kind of treat it like iron sharpens iron is pretty awesome. Yeah, you don't have to name one. It's okay. I know. Sometimes you get a bunch. I love it though. I love this. Yeah, it's awesome. Hold each other accountable, right? Hold each other accountable, make each other better. Definitely don't make each other worse. Definitely don't accept each other's excuses, but build each other up. Don't break each other down. And that's how massive unity is formed and incredible success. I love it, man. Z-Gamer, Yanosh, and Rafi. Very cool. Very cool. Love it. Everyone's going to relate to someone else. Everyone's going to kind of have a... Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start this lovely Friday off with some prayer, and then we will jump into the markets here. You guys ready? Y'all ready? Let's do it. Well, Father in heaven, Lord, we thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to just gather here amongst each other with this thing called the internet, Lord. We thank you that we can touch lives from all over the world, that we can connect with lives from all over the world, Lord. I thank you for creating unity within this group and keeping it pure, keeping it genuine. Lord, we thank you for the relationships that you're forming, the bonds that you're forming, and the strength within that. We know that when two or more are gathered together, that you're here, Lord. So we thank you for your presence. We ask that you would help us, Lord. Just help us. That's all we need is your constant help, and we just thank you for it. We thank you for your spirit of victory that dwells among us, Lord. We thank you for all that you're doing, all that you have done, and all that you'll continue to do in the hearts, in the lives, and the minds of those people in attendance here today, Lord. I thank you for speaking through me every day, for making us new, for making it fresh. And Lord, I just pray that one person here today would be impacted. And I pray that that would come from a message from you through me or somebody else here in this community. We thank you for it, Lord. And we recognize you here in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. What a week. What a month. Let's wrap this thing up. What do you say? What do you say? Let's wrap the month up here. I think we got one more day of the month. I don't know, but anyway, let's do this. Amen. Love it. Let's lock in here. Today is Friday. It is June 27th, and it's another day, another opportunity for us to be patient, disciplined, and act like 8-figure traders. Unless you want to be a 3-figure trader or a 4-figure trader or a 5-figure trader or a 6-figure trader. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be an 8-figure trader, right? I want the multiples. So that's what I'm going to gear towards. That's what I'm going to base my decision making off of, my thought process off of, and my actions here today. So I'm always going to keep my future self in mind when I'm making current decisions in the present. So again, today is the 27th of June, and we're just about wrapped up here. So we got 8:30 news coming in. You got some red folders on the CAD. You got the core PC price index here on the US dollar, and then just yellow stuff. Some yellow stuff. You know what I mean, going on in the rest of the day. So we got news all throughout the day here today. The big one's going to be coming up here in about 16 minutes. I'm going to stay out until then, and then I will look to participate in the markets after that news comes out here. All right, so let's go ahead and do a fresh top-down analysis. Let's go ahead and look at gold. Let's see where we're at, and let's get to this breakdown here. You guys ready? Y'all ready? Can I get a like on the stream? If you guys can, give the stream a like here today. If you want to win a trade today, give it a like. If you want to be a lucky winner here today, give the stream a like. And if you're not subbed to the channel, man, go sub to the channel. This is the best channel on the internet. Best YouTube live stream for day trading on the face of the planet. It is undoubtedly obvious what we're doing here is impacting lives all over the world, helping traders level up, move forward in their trading, not only their trading, but their life, their mindset, handle emotions better, and overall just be the best version of themselves. So if you're not subbed to this, I don't know what's going to get you to sub, man, to any channel on YouTube. So look no further. We're right here. So let's go ahead and get this breakdown going. This is the daily time frame here. So it's going to be, we're going to start with gold daily time frame, and we have very, very bearish candle, don't we? Very, very bearish candle. We have no top wick on this candle. We're just continuing to melt. Just continuing to melt. And this is no surprise, right? I mean, we've seen, right? We looked here, and then we noticed that we were in that same area. We created resistance, drove down, created resistance, drove down, created resistance. It's no surprise that we drove down, right? So this is where we drove down to just about every single time, right? If we look left, we can see that every time we did kind of pop down, we always came back into this range right here. Boom, right into the range. Bam. See how we had the consolidation in the range before popping up, and now here we are, right? We also rejected it on this candle here, and then popped back up. So we are in the zone now, in the rejection zone here. There's again no top wick on that current daily, this current daily candle here. So very, very interesting. Sketchy price action. Gold has just been melting. I would highly recommend saving your bullet for the best trade here today. Best trade that makes total sense to you. Don't take any half-ass trades here today. Don't take any, oh, maybe this will work out. Nah, right? Make sure you wait for the right opportunities, because this candle at this point can go any which way. So as we do approach these support levels here, I'm very curious to see what this candle wants to do here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour has been moving down for quite a bit. Let's see where we're coming into. So we're right at this 4 hour support there. So there is more clean range if we look left, right? Coming down into, what is this, 32.44 on the 4 hour chart. So there's definitely more range to go, but man, we've been moving down for quite some time now, right? 630 pips down here from this 4 hour resistance. So let's go see what this looks like on the 1 hour. I have not looked at the charts here at all yet. Let's delete those zones there. So the 1 hour is pushing down here, you know, just non-stop, right? Price tries to get bullish, but no bueno. We try to go bullish, no bueno. We even break the highs there, right? But nothing. So we just continue to drive down. We need a pullback. You know, at the end of the day, like, if we're going to take the sells, we're going to need some sort of a lower time frame pullback when it comes to market structure. But man, we are really creeping towards the bottom here. So yeah, so nothing to do here besides wait for either a pullback or a range to form, and yeah, just enjoy the show. I mean, if you're not in sells yet at any point, then that's what you got to do here. Yeah. So pretty interesting price action here today. It is NY open. I'm curious to see if the news can pop us up, then there's a high chance that we can, you know, maybe start to move bullish here today, right? If we get some sort of a pop. I like closures above whatever this is, 33.10, right? It's going to be a lot of clean range. That also probably saves us from getting faked out. So I'm going to probably be pretty bearish until we get some sort of a closure probably above 10 here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll look and see what goes down above 01. But I would assume that we need a little bit of a pullback. Maybe if we can get a little push back up towards that range, which is at 94 here. So we get kind of candles to move like this, come up, create resistance. At that point, we can now look to short the market again and stay in line with the trend, right? For price to continue ripping down there. So that's probably the best trade of the day. Or we wait for buys somewhere above 33.01 here, or possibly even above 33.10. So other than that, I'm pretty bearish. I don't want to fight this trend. I'm already bullish on, I'm already green on the day. The last thing I want to do is lose it, trying to go against the trend here, taking a risky trade. So wow, I mean, this thing is just continuing to rip. So gotta wait for a pullback. If you guys took this trade, I think this was decent here, right? But other than that, you know, that's the NY open move. Cool. Questions? Anyone in this cell right here? This one's pretty good. pretty good. What up, Omni Grind? What's poppin'? Oh, we got Zyper in the cells, right? Yeah, nice. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's do it. So yeah, congrats if you're in the cell. This looks money. You had potential current candle stops here, or previous stops, and yeah, that looks good to me. Is that what yours looks like, Zyper? I think so. Yeah. Current candle highs. Yeah, even better. 32 pips, 23 pips. Lovely. Solid. Anyone else? 4 hours. Nice. Nathaniel Stevens. What a name, bro. What a name. Let's go. Congrats on the sells. Lovely Friday for you. First trade in Asian sesh today. Of course, that's going to be... Let me just pull it up here. Asian sesh. Yeah, so Asian was a... so in Asian last night, we did take a buy. Believe it or not, I know. We did take a buy. And basically it was an inverted celery, so all time frames were at support. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute close like that, right? So what we were looking at was potentially a bullish closure, and then we were going to look to buy. But what we were talking about in our analysis was if this candle here can close up above the range, it doesn't even have to close bullish. But if it could just close above the range, weak bearish, like a inverted celery, then we can go ahead and pull the trigger on that. So that's exactly what we got there, and make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see. Basically, the entry was simple. You know, we waited for a lower wick on this candle. I like the fact that we broke the lows here. You see how we broke the low there on this candle, and then we ended up closing very weak bearish. So we had volume coming in at that time, and there was two options, right? There was snag this impulse entry as an inverted celery on a target tap concept, or wait for further confirmation and wait for a bullish candle. But we talked about, hey, if we wait right now, that's fine, but that candle's probably gonna, you know, make a push now. So we basically had two options, right? And I liked this impulse entry, so we went ahead and went with that, and that was the move. Yeah, and then once this candle closed it out of top wick, you already know I was gone. Simple system. Simple. No top wick, we're out of there. Right, chat? And then I don't know, what did we secure? 25, 30? I don't forget what it was. Let's see here. Got 42 pips. Nice. Already closed out my sells. Vibing for the day. Let's go, Chris. What up, Hank? How you feeling, brother? Good to see you, man. You're welcome. You're welcome, Raza. Raza. I like that name. Great trade. Had it marked up. Waited for the 30. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, some people in the clubhouse waited for the 30. Some people, you know, executed off of the impulse like I did. So, yeah, either one's fine. Either one is totally fine. And some people deleted because it was... we were running into the last 5 minutes of the candle and all that. So if you took that one last night, great. If not, you know, great as well. Great. Everything's great. Yeah, you see how that no top wick though? Like, so we don't close there, and all of a sudden, that winner turns into either a break even, or that beautiful winner that we just anticipated, executed on, turns into a break even or a loser. With, you know, if you don't follow those rules. Damn, what happened there? So yeah, so literally once, so my TP line was up here, right? And then once this candle had like 5 seconds on it, I said, yo, if this don't close without a wick, you know, I'm out, right? So what I did was, once it closed, I just moved this down, boom, put it right there, and then there's a little wick here that you can't really see. It just boink, tapped me out, and then just straight up drove down. So perfect trade. Gotta listen to the rules. They're about the only rules I listen to, I'll tell you that. Nobody tells me what to do except the market. Ain't nobody my boss except the market, bro. The playbook is like my boss. That's it. That's the only boss I got. Impulse for the 15, very nice. Took it off the 30, solid. Yeah, it was also like a 30 minute whatever you call it. Kind of like fade-ish. Yeah, the fade and the impulse are, you know, they're both impulse entries. The fade and the what's it called? The inverted celery. What up, FX Max? How you doing? Louis G, how we feeling? Music's too loud. Let me lower it. My bad. My bad. My bad. What up, Alan? A couple more days to the meetup. I know. I'm hyped, man. We got people starting to fly in as soon as Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday next week. So less than a week away. Less than a week away. Yeah, we got people flying in, I think on the 3rd is like the first day. Is anyone flying in before the 3rd? We about to be lit. We're about to be so lit. I'm excited, man. Excited to see you guys. We're going to have a great time. We're going to, you know, meet up and we're going to go back to the Airbnb. We're probably going to settle down, have a great conversation with everyone and just kind of mob out a little bit. Do a little barbecuing, a little cooking, a little swimming. If you guys got kids, bring their swimsuits and all that. And we'll mob out. You know, we'll have a nice fireside chat towards like when the sun goes down. And, you know, I hope this is an extremely impactful trip for a lot of you guys. I hope it's an inspiration just to kind of come out and meet people and just, you know, meet everyone who you normally hang out with in the chat, or, you know, me and John and Magnus and Rafi will be there, and, you know, get a chance to all like just link up and have a good time. So I hope it inspires you. I hope it motivates you. And, you know, back when my mentor put on little events like this, they would inspire me, man. They would motivate me to want to stretch my, you know, my vision and, you know, my work ethic and go after it in a big way, because I wanted to live the big way. You know, they were showing me how it was done. And it was just about me catching on and getting inspired and taking action on it. So I hope that this trip can also do that for you as well. And, yeah. What up, Green? What up, what up? I did take one trade. Yeah, I took one trade. That was the trade we were just talking about. Green, how you feeling, bro? What up, Ricardi? Oh, man. I'm going to see y'all. Can't wait to see the elites. We're going to do a nice big elite dinner on the 4th. It's going to be epic. Practicing on my demo and that sell, man. 85 pips. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, now you know next time, you know, you can execute. If you're here and you're watching, you can execute next time. NY Open. But here comes the volume. So ready, set, go, my friends. So let's see what we do here. Will we break the 30-minute highs and start to pop up? We got some rejection now from that zone down there. That's the major support, right? The major zone down there. So far we got rejection. Where's Don? I don't know, man. That dude's been gone for like over a year now. Where you been, bro? I haven't seen Don live stream in like a year. These bullish 15-minute candles, they're tricky shakes. They're shaking them up, man. I'm telling you. They're shaking them up. Oh, there you go. He streams on his platform, Devious. There you go. There you go, buddy. There he is. The real Don is here. The original Don Dada. Our Don is right here. He's the Don. Looking for buys today? Nice, James. Yeah, I'm open for buys here too, especially with us being all, you know, coming down like crazy here. New York session. So maybe the New York session will kind of pop us up a little bit here. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, green numbers on the dollar. Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar. Alright. So, yeah, green numbers on the dollar. So, bye-bye, Goldie. What up, Tyler? Caught the onion on the 15 in pre-New York. Very nice. Very nice. 15-minute onion. Which one? Which one? What time? Oh, we got unbanned. All right, Ronnie. All of you. You were just too good. You were just too good. They had to ban you for a little bit. They said, "Nah, we gotta ban this man for just a little bit." I'll be in Orlando until the 5th. Okay, very nice, very nice. We'll see you on the 5th. Stephen B, how we doing? All right, let's take a look at the Nasdaq here as well, because this is just a chop fest. Let's see. So we are bullish. Did we? Yeah. So you see how we were bullish here on the daily, but excuse me, coming right into this high, right? So we're starting to see us coming right into this high. We obviously been moving up for quite some time. We got no bottom wick on this current daily candle. 4 hours starting to look like it's running out of steam here as well. We're beginning to push back down now, it looks like. So if you break the 4-hour lows, good chance that we could potentially move down, right? So let's go mark that off. You have support sitting right there on the 1 hour time frame. Same on the 30. I know it gets pretty hectic down here on the 15. Yeah. So maybe closures below or potential even closures above, right? Because let's say the daily candle wants to make a lower wick, right? It comes down, wicks all the way down, and then starts to move back up. So I would wait for like range 2 sells below here or simple buys above that zone. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say we do get a closure below, maybe hold off on those sells, right? Just being how bullish we are, and then wait for a little fake out. So something like this, a little fake out to happen, and then look to take more buys to come back up in this range, or you wait for a closure below and then maybe like a little break and retest before entering in. So what I mean by that is something like this, where price breaks through, kind of pops back up, you know, maybe does something like this and then creates resistance, and then we can go from there, right? So we should like fill this wick at that point, right? And then potentially keep moving. We'll see about NQ. We'll revisit NQ in about a half hour. Watched the playbook videos 1 and 2 last night. Awesome, man. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed them. Yeah, the playbook 1 video is still very much, you know, applicable. NQ droppy, gold poppy, maybe. What up, Magnus? How you doing? Johnny Gems in the house. Let's get it. Clubhouse, how we feeling today? Whole squad. What up, Mark? Phil, Mr. Phil in the house. Stephen B. Patrick in the building. DJ Scratches somewhere around there. Manic in the building. What up, Manic? Johnny Gems. OGH, good to see y'all. Always a pleasure. Where's my boy Daniel? Damn, Daniel. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Johnny Gems, how we feeling? Where the heck is George VDM? Somebody find him.
George VDM check.
George
Yo, what's up, brother?
VDM Jack.
Yo, what's poppin', G?
Hey, how are you, John? How is it going?
It's going amazing. Feeling blessed and highly favored. Grateful to be alive.
Grateful that you are alive, brother.
Thank you, bro. Hey, man. Happy Friday. What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Who's ready to be patient and disciplined to their plan today? I know I am. Nick, you are too, right?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
I've been
So
waiting
much-
for this moment since yesterday.
Same. Same. It's gonna be a great day. Last day of the month, last trading day of the month too, right?
I think, is it?
Let me look. Pretty sure.
Excuse me. No, Monday. Of course, we got
Ooh.
Monday the 30th.
That day and Monday.
I think we got Raja Banks coming back on the stream next week. Maybe he will be a regular visitor on the TT live stream. Maybe we could even get him to be a part of the TT. Eh? What do you think?
Bro, give him his contract. Sign the man.
Roger. And the new starting point guard for TTE, Roger Banks.
Yes, sir. Bring him on in.
We call him Roger here.
Bro, I'll happily take the bench, bro, for him to play.
That's a team player right there.
Yes, sir.
All right, John. See you later. Raja, come on in.
Come on, Roger. Bring on Roger. Let's get it.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't trade Johnny Gems for Raja. I wouldn't.
Oh,
If it was like, hey, from this point forward, you got one or the other, it's Johnny Gems all day, every day.
oh man. Thank you, bro.
All day,
That
every
means a lot.
day.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, chat. Y'all the best. Love y'all. Ride or
But
die.
yes, maybe we will have Raja honor the TT live stream once a week, grace the stage for us. That would be
Yes, sir.
awesome. Yeah, he hit me up, so we might make it happen next week.
That would be awesome.
How many of you guys were here for the last week's Raja Banks episode? I renamed it on YouTube so you guys could find it easier. Yeah, if you come over here, I think it was out last Friday, right? 1 week ago?
Yeah, last
yeah, it was
Friday.
like a
Yep.
week ago today. Somewhere it says Raja Banks or something. Raja.
Yeah, pull it back up, bro.
I don't even
I
know
didn't
where
rewatch
it
it
is.
yet.
I thought. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I didn't watch it at all. Holy! Holy! There he is. Taking buys. You said I took buys to
Chilling.
fill that wick.
He was chilling at the pool.
Epic.
Looking all jacked and stuff.
At the pool, hanging out, chilling. Living the dream. Living the
That's
dream.
goals right there.
Levels.
That's legit
It's
goals.
levels.
Yeah, man.
Gems all day.
Chat, I love y'all. Y'all
He
the
ain't even
best.
consistent. Oh man. No, brother. Krish, absolutely not, brother. Have I taken any trade today? Just the trade earlier in Asian. It was this trade right here. Buy
Yo,
position
such a
on
money
gold.
trade, bro.
My God, my throat. My voice. Come on back to me, voice. Come on back to me.
That was such a money trade, man.
Yeah, it
You'll
was
learn that in
perfect.
the playbook video 2.0.
Yeah, you'll learn how to take this move right here in the Playbook 2.0 video. I also have like super quick videos in the course on this, and then we also have a whole webinar on how to do that.
Yeah, man.
Now let's go back to gold here. Oh my gosh.
Gold melter. We literally have just been trending down the last 24 hours, bro. which I'm not complaining about.
Me neither. It is what it is. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't mind seeing gold just rip down, because I know that just creates beautiful, clean trading ranges for next week and the week after and all that.
Yeah.
It's when price moves up that there's a problem. Because we know that this coming down will most likely go back up, right? We're trading gold here. So it's just when gold is going up, that's when it's just like, it gets annoying, because it's not really creating new ranges. I mean, it is, but they're not tradable up there. So now you got to wait for the pullback anyway. Goldie, yep.
Yes, sir.
The groomsmith.
What's up, Energy? Good morning.
He said Raja's trading by the pool. Johnny Gem's trading by the beach.
Yep.
When
I'll
you
be
go?
trading
When
by
you
the
going?
beach.
Next week?
This week, yeah, this weekend, Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll be back. So I'll go this weekend, and then I'll be back Wednesday, and then I'll be in Florida Thursday or Friday. I'll be in Florida Friday.
Let's do it.
Sir.
Johnny Gems will be in Florida Friday. Magnus will be in Florida on Friday. I think Rafi coming in on Friday. Aaron's coming in Friday, I believe. Yeah.
We're all pulling up Friday.
TK's coming in Thursday. Green's coming in Thursday. I think Stephen B, I think, is coming in Thursday, maybe? I think
He said, yeah, Stephen B, you said the
I'm not sure when
what,
Stephen B's coming in.
third?
I feel like a while ago he said he was coming in before the 4th.
Yeah, the third. He's coming in the 3rd, so Thursday, yep. Bet, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Thursday the 3rd. Let's get it.
Sir.
And then a whole bunch of other names. Can't wait to meet y'all. We're getting everyone name tags or what? What are we doing? Because you guys gonna come up and be like, hey man, I'm Z Gamer. I'm be like, what? Hey,
Oh.
Z Gamer, how you doing? How are you?
Right.
Would have never known. Yeah, we need a little name tag. Hello, my name is Louis G.
Yeah. We need your username name on the name tag.
Oh man. Don't be messing with me either. Juan and Stephen B start switching names. Hey man, I'm Juan, I'm Steven. No, I know these guys, but you know what I mean. Start switching names on me.
Not gonna lie, chat. You're gonna tell me your name, but I'm gonna just keep calling you your username.
Zyper's gonna be like, hey, hi, my name's Michelangelo. I'm like, no, it's not. It's Zyper. It's Zyper.
Facts, yeah.
Yeah, Stephen B, we know you by now.
Yeah. Of course.
Hey man, my name's Leonardo. No, it's not. It's DJ Scratchers. I refuse to call you Leonardo.
Yeah, facts.
Oh man. Yo,
Yes,
it's playing.
That's
yeah,
funny. You just used two Ninja Turtle names, bro.
I did. I was thinking of Ninja
Leonardo,
Turtles.
Michelangelo.
Oh man. See, yeah, Plan G. I like that. It says, "Hey, it's Plan G." Parentheses Gregory. You see, I can get around that. I can get behind that. All right, Gregory. Let's do it.
Yeah. We're more often to call you Greg now. You know. Yeah, Yanosh. I know Yanosh's username is Yanosh, but he'll be called Luke Belmar.
Yanosh, I can spot him out easily. I'll
Yeah.
spot him out easily. A lot of Nicks. Imagine there's a bunch of Nicks over there asking for Bitcoin. That'd be hilarious. Hey, I'm Nick. Where's AB Mike? Oh, AB Mike's in trouble.
AB.
I'm leaning to join the clubhouse this weekend. Can you tell me where to start as in the webinars, courses? Yeah, so if you're joining before 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, I would highly recommend coming to your first ever live webinar. We're going to be talking all about higher time frame, lower time frame correlation tomorrow. We're going to spend about an hour talking about that, and that'll all be live. So if you're in before 11 a.m. tomorrow, you'll have access to the live webinars, and we'll be there. Then I would say just start in the course. Yeah, start in the course, because the course is more so short form video. So this is going to be very simple, simplistic, very easy to understand. I'd go through this full course first, just click member access and all that, and then go to the trading course here. So come over here, and I would take the weekend to go through this. Yeah, go through that whole thing here. You could probably get through it in a weekend if you take the time to study. Just block out a little bit of study time. So I'd go through all of these, right? The how to read candlesticks, how to understand the playbook. There's a bunch of videos. They're like 5-10 minute videos that are straight to the point. There's no fluff in these videos. It's just boom. Hey, in this video we're going to talk about this, and then we talk about it. Right? I don't say, hey, in this video, we're going to talk about building obsession bias. But first, let me tell you about top 1 futures and my clubhouse and blah, 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 blah. Right? There's none of that stuff. Right? So all of a sudden now you come here, you watch all these, go through all these this weekend, study the impulse entries. You'll understand how we took, that inverted celery, higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, explained briefly, and then all the risk management videos here. So I would go through all of these first, and then maybe at some point throughout the week or even next weekend, really take your time and go through the webinars. This is going to take time because there's a lot of content here. These are more long form videos, but these are extremely in depth. So, talking about all this higher time frame, price action, stuff like that. So this webinar is going to be a lot different than this webinar. So this was all about like how to execute on higher time frame, lower time frame correlation. Okay, but in this webinar tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to understand higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, and how to like pick certain things out. And we're not really going to talk about setups and entries tomorrow. We're really just going to talk about developing a bias, building the story, understanding what each time frame is saying, and how to correlate that and allow that message to communicate to you in your analysis. So but anyway, go through all of these. These are going to be, again, longer videos, about an hour, a little over an hour each. But I mean, I am so confident that if someone comes into the clubhouse, they show up to these live streams, they begin to work on themselves, they begin to go through this course, run through these webinars, it's hard not to win at that point. Like, it really, if you want to win big in life, don't go through this information. But if you do, it's going to be hard not to win when you have all that information on your side. And the level up we've seen in these clubhouse guys and girls have been phenomenal.
Yeah, man. Can't wait, bro, for tomorrow. It's gonna be fire.
Yeah, tomorrow will be dope. Webinars are Eastern.
Money.
Yeah. Every Saturday we do a webinar for about an hour together, and they're all at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when you go through the course too, even the webinars, bring a notebook with you so you can write down some notes so you can review those notes as well. That'll be key too.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend getting like a new notebook, just a specialized notebook just for your study here on this system and throughout our whole process here.
Yeah.
Osama, of course I remember you, bro. Osama.
What up, Osama?
I remember everyone.
For real. Me and Nick talk about you guys all the time.
Said, man, that guy's a winner.
What up, bro? Yeah.
I'd like to tap to join the clubhouse, but I want to know how many people are in, because if it's 2 to 3K, I don't want it anymore. I guess we'll never know.
What?
I guess we'll never know. Winners make quick decisions. Fast decisions, right decisions, smart decisions, logic ones.
Yeah.
Fast decisions.
Not too sure what that meant.
Remember me? Of course, Purpose.
Hey, Purpose in the house. What's up, sir?
My man. How we feeling? Good to see you. S&P 500 all-time highs. Yeah, man. Yeah. NQ, S&P, everything pushing up. Gold just melting here. Let's see.
What's up, SimZ? What's goody? What up?
I don't know, guys. I have no idea. He said, how does that make any sense? What is the amount of people? Yeah, exactly. So winners make the best decision according to their future. You know, they don't worry about who's doing what's doing what. It's just what's going to get me from point A to point B, and then they do it.
Yep. They act and move quick. Facts. Yeah, OGH. I got some videos, some trade review videos that I'm about to put into the clubhouse as well that we took in pre-NY this week. So yeah, those will be in next week.
Yeah, so the way those videos are going to go now is they're going to be, so basically in this we have trade recaps. So what we'll start to do, I would say you'll probably see more of this consistently in like in July, where we'll put weekly reviews. So all the trades that I take over the course of the week, I'll record a video that's about 10 minutes long and run you through every one of the trades, explain it, all that stuff, and then John and Magnus will both do the same. So that way you'll have these little, you'll be able to pop in here, you'll be able to go to my name, John's name, or Magnus's name, and then it'll be the week of, you know, the 27th or the week of whatever. So yeah, those will be in there. They'll be very short videos, like 10 minutes long, straight to the point, explaining the trades that were taken throughout the week. So that way you can go in, you can see them, you can see which ones worked, which ones didn't, which ones looked good, which ones didn't maybe look as good, right? And then you can base you know, your stuff off of that too.
Yep. Yes, sir. What's up, OGH? Good to see you, bro.
Yes, sir. OGH. Don't want to be surrounded by too many winners. Yeah, I know. Hey, this is a whole this is a whole networking squad at this point in the clubhouse. Like, I'm encouraging you guys to, you know, if there's like 2 real estate people here, or someone that wants to get into real estate, or someone that's in e-commerce, like, you know, share ideas, network, and let's get rich together.
Let's do it. Yo, chat, who's your guys? Any of you guys have a best friend in the clubhouse?
Oh, I asked him.
Oh, yeah?
I asked him earlier. I said, who's your best buddy in the clubhouse or in the whole like community? Nah, that was awesome.
Right. Yeah, we got some friendships.
Bonds. These could be lifelong friendships, lifelong bonds that you create, because there's, you know, it's nice to have your friends that you grew up with and that you played games with and rode bikes with. It's another thing to have friends who you went to war with, who you were in the trenches with, who you went to battle with, who were there to pick you up, you know what I mean, when you were a little discouraged, or vice versa. That creates a whole different bond, a whole different type of strength in a friendship and relationship. And I know one of you guys might be in, you know, the UK, and the other one might be in South Africa, but I mean, hey, this is what we got. I mean, the fact that we have access to the internet and we can connect with each other, we don't even have to be, you know, you don't even have to live down the street from me anymore to be my best friend. All right, isn't that pretty cool?
Amen.
And you don't have to be, you know, living in my neighborhood for me to impact you or inspire you or help you change your life. So that's the coolest part of the internet, if you ask me.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
So the question is, are you using the internet to just doom scroll and brain rot, or to just, you know, obsess over other people, or are you using it to make great content that's going to impact and inspire others, connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs and day traders, and move your life forward? You know what I mean? There's 2 ways that people use the internet. So you got to be you're either on one side or the other for the most part.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
my whole thing is, and especially like recently over the last couple years, like just really being free, being able to be financially independent, and have those awesome decisions like Raja was talking about in his story the other day, where like when you don't have to worry, when you don't think about the groceries or the gas or the bills or anything like that, you can truly sink your teeth into what matters. And the more things I get, right, the more I realize everything I do is inspired by helping other people. Like none of it matters unless there's not a community. Like I could have became a millionaire just looking at maybe something else or doing another business or just being a trader, but it would be no fun, right? There would be no purpose in that. So unless lives are really being changed and people are better off because of your efforts and because of your work and you living, it's hard to get passion around just a thing, right? Like a car or a watch or a house, or it's more so who are the people around you that love you and you love them, and who are the people that you're inspiring and impacting, and that's what really drives one, right? Because again, the things, you could check them off, and once the thing is there, right? But there's always more lives to impact. There's always more people to inspire, and that's just a never-ending like motivator for me.
Yeah, man, that's so true. I was also gonna add to that too. Like, not only are we developing strong bonds with people in the clubhouse, right? But we're also getting financially free together too. So like, for example, just because like me and Magnus lives in Denmark, I live in Florida, just because we live across the world from each other, as long as we're both financially free, we can go see each other whenever we want, at any moment, so that too, your friendships that you're building in here, you're also getting financially free together to do whatever you guys want, whenever, wherever, with whoever, right?
Yep. How can I find the videos? Just go in the clubhouse, go to course, and then they'll be in there. Did most of your wealth come from trading itself or clubhouse? Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin.
Are people surprised by that?
Yeah. We've been running the Bitcoin show for quite some time, so a lot of this stuff that, I've been doing lately is really just because I was positioned properly, you know what I mean? Early on in crypto, and had the right moves and made the right moves. And, a lot of the trading stuff, clubhouse, I don't even touch that stuff. Nick taking us to church right now, baby. Let's go. Yeah, it's all about getting freedom, man. It's all about freedom. If you can gain that freedom, it's not even about how much money you make. It's really, for me, it's how free are you, right? Because someone could make $2 million a year, and then the other guy can make, $200,000 a year, and the guy who makes $200,000 a year could be more free and more successful than the other guy, right? So it's not necessarily about the money. It's about, the use of your time and what you do with it. Let's see. Can I answer your question? Yes. Just re-ask. Ask again. I trade gold more than NQ. Yeah, just been doing it longer. So NQ is more of a newer pair. It's actually been like I think a whole week now since I've taken a trade on the Nasdaq, but gold is a pair I've been trading for 5-6 years. NQ is a pair I've been trading for 1 year. So that's mainly why. I'm only 2 weeks in the clubhouse. Mind changing. W, my friend. W. Catching on. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. This is, if you want to heat up, you got to get close to the fire, right? And this is where the fire's at.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Bryce. Bryce, you coming to the meetup? We're all Nick Strattonites. These are my killers, my warriors. Oh, man. Earn regardless of location. That's true. Yeah. Send me a message on Discord? No, I did not see it yet, brother. Send it again, like now. Just put a little comma or something in there. Pop it up, and I'll look. Let's see. I got talked out of Bitcoin back when it was like 8K by my bruh. Oh man. That's all right. That's all right. Honestly, my best entries were last year. You know, yeah, I did well in a couple years before that and whatnot, but my best positions were last year in September.
Yeah, when Nick made a move, I made a move. So I just followed Nick's lead, man. Just very confident in that.
We dumped the bags out in September, and we're very happy we did it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hang around winners. You just automatically, naturally become a winner. So.
Yes, sir. And we did. Yeah, that's right, Louis G. We called it. We advised you guys to purchase Bitcoin back in September of, what was it, last year? And if you did that, you would have been sitting extremely pretty. And I've already taken profits on that, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, facts. Yep. Some of us are too scared to move on it.
Scared money don't make money.
You gotta move. You just gotta act. Yep.
Like we were saying earlier, you know, like, you know, successful people make decisions and they make them quick. They make them firm and they make them quick. Yeah. But shout out to everyone who did buy Bitcoin back in September. You guys are eating. The bags are full. I don't care if you even put like $200-300 in there. You made some good money. No, don't tell me that. You sold your Bitcoin at 2K? Damn. You bought 3 Bitcoin at $190? I don't know whether to sell or just sell a little bit or hold. I like selling a little bit from time to time and taking some profits. Yep. And when they stack big enough, you know, then eventually you can put stuff, you know, onto bigger items like cars and homes and what's cool nowadays is a lot of like I don't even go through like dealerships at this point really anymore. It's like you just hook up with these young cats who do everything you normally know as a profession. They just do it, you know, in a modern way through social media. They don't really care too much, you know. They're looking, if you got Bitcoin, they'll take Bitcoin. If you got crypto, they'll take it. It's crazy. Someone lost 100 million. I bet a lot of people lost 100 million.
Dude, yeah, DJ Scratches. I heard about that. The man who bought pizza with his Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Stupid.
No, but he's still chilling. Like he made a video recently. He makes a video every time Bitcoin makes a new high. He goes into that office and makes the same exact video. It's honestly super epic.
W to the pizza restaurant, honestly, for accepting it.
Yeah, you seen that? They they're gonna allow you to buy Bitcoin. Even Chase now. Chase, I think the CEO of JP Morgan talked about, hey, you know, like we'll allow you to buy Bitcoin and we'll support you buying Bitcoin. But you know what he said? He said, we know that smoking cigarettes is bad, but we'll support you doing that. He said, so we'll support you with crypto too, even though basically he was just saying, even though we know it's bad. So the banks don't want you buying no crypto. Come on. I mean, it was simple. Like, you just got to follow the big dollars. That's it. Follow the big money. Follow the big money. When they go in, you go in. When they get out, you get out. By the time they're out, everyone and their grandma's already talking about getting in. That's the last time you want to get in, or at the last time you want to get in. Right? Once you start hearing people that you normally don't hear talk about Bitcoin and stuff, it's too late. You got to wait for the pullback now.
Yep.
And that's a huge indicator too, by the way, on when to sell. So like Capital Club and Luke Belmar and all them guys, like they have a great system, but like they're once it's out, it's time to get out, if that makes sense. You know, most people get in at that time, but that's when the big dogs are pulling profits, and you want to skate out with them. So yeah, crypto's been a fun little game to play. I had a client pay me an ETH for a haircut. Oh snap! Even the barbers are taking crypto. What up, Conrad? Good morning, Nikki. What's goody? Conrad, how you feeling? Yeah, wait for the
Morning,
pullback.
guys.
Yeah, wait for Bitcoin now. What's Bitcoin here again? BTC, whatever. Yeah, I only follow weekly or monthly charts on Bitcoin. Yeah. So this was September. So this is when we told you guys to unload the bags right here in September. Who did it? If you did it, you might be matching GT3 RSs with me here pretty soon. Anyone? Money's fake. Life is fake. We live in a simulation. This move got me a GT3 RS. I didn't do anything. All I did was put some money in it.
You just bet
John.
on probabilities.
Oh, John.
You could say it's lucky, but he just positioned himself with the
Hey,
probabilities.
what I tell you guys though, they'll call us lucky again next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and they'll keep calling us lucky because we'll keep studying and doing the work. Oh man, this was September. This is September of 2024. Will forever be engraved and sketched into my memory.
Yep.
Let me get a haircut with a little ETH. Did I ever try the strategy on
haircut?
Bitcoin? I did not. No, I haven't. I've never really day traded Bitcoin. How much would you put in? If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. How you doing, Georgie? Boom, 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 boom.
George.
Let's see what. Yeah, what do I think about XRP? I think those big ones are all good to hold. Like hold a little bit, whatever you got. You know, extra money coming in. Put a little XRP. I'm more of a Bitcoin guy, but that's just me. So I really don't diversify too much anymore. I did back in like 21, 22, but then it got crazy with crypto. So I just, stuck to the big one. Stuck to the big dog.
Are we gonna have another bearish 4-hour closure? It's looking
Maybe.
like it.
So you bought your Porsche off Bitcoin and not trading? I bought my Porsche off of, trading profits that went into Bitcoin that eventually multiplied. And then I took them out and multiplied them even more. And then took some out for the Porsche. So technically, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Technically, you could say both, though. I mean,
Yeah. I'm a multiplication type of guy. You know what I mean? I want to get money and multiply it and then multiply it again and again. And then have that have the answer of that buy something for me. Yeah, I'm not that guy who's gonna be like, hey, I get everything off of day trading. I'm a day trader. You know what I mean? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a multifaceted entrepreneur who does all sorts of things, all sorts of different businesses. I try e-commerce. I try trading. I invest. Yeah, we do a little of everything.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, I have, I think, 7 income streams. I'm just smart. I'm smart with money, man. I'm not an idiot. I learned from very, very wealthy men how to operate. But for the very longest time, you know, like we didn't spend anything. We could have spent money, but we didn't. We put it into investment or cryptos and things like that, and we just decided to let it run. I love Luke Belmar. He goes, yeah, we were around the table for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and everyone was asking, what are you thankful for? What are we thankful for? He said, I'm thankful for Bitcoin.
Such a G.
Tinder swindler. Trading is a money printer. Investment is a multiple. Yeah, exactly. You know, you got to be smart. A lot of people will take their trading profits. So when I was getting payouts from my forex funds and FTMO and all these companies, everyone was literally spending their money. I wasn't. I was putting it away. I was putting it into long-term assets. I was putting it into cryptos. I was, you know, just trying to make a better future for myself. So I was very familiar with delayed gratification. I did it for many years. So once I started making like bigger money in payouts and stuff, that's where I was like, hey, I'm not going to spend it. I'm going to invest it. And the nice things I want, I'll get them, but I'm going to get them through the investment here. Yeah. So, I mean, it's simple, rich dad, poor dad, right? You know, you don't spend your active income on luxury. You invest your active income into assets, then those assets will buy your Porsche or buy your, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. We doing it right out here, brother. Trust me. We've learned from great men and women. Goldie pushing. How long am I staying with the Porsche? I don't know. We'll see. Porsche actually reached out to me because I went there and I just wanted to sit in one. So there's a Porsche Tampa. I just wanted to sit in one. So I wasn't going there for to buy a car. I already had the car I wanted, but I had never sat in the car yet. So I'm like, I want to go to the local Porsche to see if they have one there just so I can sit in it and stuff, you know, and feel it out. But they didn't have one there. But and I told him, hey, look, I'm not even trying to buy anything. I'm just trying to sit in it. But then the guy calls me the other day. He said, yeah, we talked to the people, blah, blah, blah. He said, we'd be willing to do a custom build for you. It's like, because, you know, they want to sell me, right? They want to sell me on their one. So I'm like, nah. And he's like, the only thing is it won't be ready till like November. I'm like, not going to happen, brother. I got the bug. It's happening now. Like the deal's basically done. So I was like, you know, maybe next year, maybe next year I'll trade this one in. I'll have some value for you on it, and then we'll custom build. Maybe I really want to get I really want one that's black with white lettering too. That I could have. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. My forex funds, yeah. Who remembers? Then they turned into my frozen funds. But I'll never forget those emails. Man, what was the girl's name again? Wow, I can't believe I don't remember.
Yeah, I forget too.
Them emails always came in from
Damn, what was her name?
It was like Elise or something like that. I forget.
Someone remembers, chat. Come on.
Have I ever rewatched my streams? I don't. I very rarely watch the streams back. Earlier on, when I first started the live stream, I would watch them back a little bit. But yeah, nah, I never watch them back anymore. Taxes? Yeah, you gotta pay your taxes, man. You gotta pay your taxes. You can't get around them. TT logo in the seats? Hey, that would be lit. Headed to McLaren?
That's what we need next. That's what we need next.
No, I know. That's what I was saying too, Dan. Like, it's so crazy now because you can wrap these cars, right? Like, you can wrap them for fourth of the price, and literally, I could have a black GT3 RS in a matter of a week. Just wrap it.
Yeah.
Alice, was that the name for? I don't think that was it.
That doesn't sound like it.
I don't think that was it. I don't think it was Alice. Yeah, there you go. Oh, classic.
Damn.
Classic. Wow,
That's
beautiful.
like nostalgic to me, honestly.
For real.
My forex funds.
For real.
Literally like the
Classic.
first prop firm I ever traded.
No trades here, only speaking. Yeah, brother, this is not your 30-second entry live stream. So hit the button for the next one. This ain't the 1 minute, 30-second scalping live stream that you're looking for to blow your account today. This is the professional, disciplined traders who are moving towards 8 figures and waiting for the perfect setups to make the perfect amount of money here today.
Yeah, man. Sort of intraday scalping. Sort of.
This is where we make This is where we make decisions that our future selves will thank us for.
Running the system, we're literally waiting 90% of the time and only trading 10% of the time because we understand less is more with our system.
Yeah. Just be patient, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do here? You gonna sell? Sell. You gonna buy? Buy. What are you gonna do?
Right. That's true. At the end of the day, we're all able to make our own financial decisions with our accounts here, right? Like, so you can do whatever you want.
Don't wait for me. I'm already a millionaire.
I love that, bro. They'll be like, why aren't we in the cells? You mean, why aren't you in the cells?
Why aren't you in the cell? I think everyone knows why I'm not in the cell. But why are you not in the cell?
We're speaking French now, what?
Don't wait for me. You gotta follow me. I'm moving. So if you're waiting for me, I'm already moving.
Chop.
You'll be waiting a long time waiting on me. I'm gone, brother. I'm gone. Yeah, the cells, I mean, obviously the cells are working out, right? So these cells were money, but we weren't at the desk at that point. So I definitely can't sell on this candle. I don't think anyone has ever seen me do anything like that, right? I don't sell here with no wicks. I don't sell at supports. So yeah, I think I drew up what I was looking for already in the breakdown. And I have no problem. I'm already green on the day. I have no problem just watching gold just melt here today, right? And then look for great setups next week to buy everything back up. It's chess, baby. It's chess, not checkers.
True, true.
Do I have plans to take the GT3 to Germany? I actually don't. But I will come to Germany and rent one. Unless that's against policy. I don't know. Hold on. You rented that? I did actually. Yes, I wanted to drive a GT3 on my travels. Oh man, that guy rents cars wherever you go. Yeah, wouldn't you do the same? What's the correlation between NQ and gold? I don't really think there is one. I mean, usually if gold's moving down, though, I'll see NQ moving up. Yeah, so. Yeah, so I would say usually when gold's moving up or whatever, NQ is typically moving down. Do you think those sells beforehand if you were at the desk were the small wick? Yeah, you know, it was NY open, so they're decent. They're decent. I would have used the previous candle stop. So I probably would have got in and then I would have had my stop loss up here. Yeah, because
no closure below support.
Yeah, because like what's the chances that wick's going to come all the way up? So yeah, there's a high chance it's going to make a top wick. But, you know, it should respect the previous high if it's breaking out and we're bearish. So I probably would have took the trade and it would have looked more so, you know, something like that.
Yeah, most people didn't see the support to the left, all the way to the left, but there was a support that we did not close below.
Yeah, this one here. But, it's, you know, it's like a minor one, but, yeah, it was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, we did.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the 1 hour. I guess I was looking at the 30.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 hour wasn't bad.
UK. Yeah, I think maybe the next TT meetup could be in the UK. Why not? Why not?
I think we're doing Dubai next, right? I thought.
Well, maybe. We'll see. Dubai and then UK, or UK then Dubai. One of them. We're gonna try and link with Raja in Dubai. And we're talking about it and potentially do a meetup out there. So any TT members in Dubai will probably see you in the winter time.
I'm with that. And then UK and then Canada. We got a lot of people in Canada too.
Hey, Raja said he'll pay for my entire trip. So I say, you know I'm there. Right, Green? Free is for me. We'll take a deal. We'll take the deal. Oh, nice. We got some Dubai here. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know that many of you guys. Clubhouse. Bet. A lot of Dubai in the clubby.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Gold just schmelting. Who's got good questions? Anything I could do to help you in life, in trading, anything. Let's run a big, let's make this extremely like educational this session here. Gold's just melting. The last thing I want to do is just sit and watch it and be bored. So if there's anything I can help y'all with or any questions that you guys want to go through, any charts, let's chop it up and make this educational here while we wait for either a pullback or some opportunity to maybe buy. I don't know. I don't know about buying, but we are filling this wick here now, so.
Still scary.
It's definitely a scary feeling to buy. Yeah, but we are officially filling that wick, and we don't know. I mean, there's still no top wick on this candle, which is crazy. Yeah, no top wick here, right? Yeah, no top wick here. So just a bunch of melt. How to get out of drawdown. I was saying this yesterday. So you got to identify what kind of drawdown you're in. Are you in drawdown based off of your own mistakes, or are you in drawdown based off the probability of your profitable trading system? So if you're in drawdown based off of off of your own mistakes, then you're going to have a conversation with the man or the woman in the mirror, and you need to know, hey, am I going to fix this? Am I going to mature? Am I going to stop being a fill in the blank in the markets, or what, right? Because you got to make a decision at some point to be mature about this. Like, again, that was the word that made me profitable, maturity. Once I realized, like, I got to be a professional. Like, I got to be mature, and I have a family to provide for. I got to get my money up here, right? So once I really became mature, I started looking at my losses a little bit differently, and I started asking myself a question. Is that a loss due to my own bad behavior, or is that a loss due to the playbook? And slowly but surely, I started getting rid of the losses that were due to my bad behavior, and now the only losses that I were taking were due to the playbook. So if I ever got caught up in drawdown, it was really no big deal for me, because I knew that if I just continue to show up and plug away on the playbook, that the playbook itself, the system, will get me out of drawdown, and it's basically never failed to do that. So just identify what are your losses. Are they because of you doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, or is it just losses that you're following the plan and just happen to take 2 or 3 in a row and found yourself in drawdown? So that's what I would say. And yeah, whatever it is, make the improvement and make it fast. Like, make that improvement by Monday.
Yeah, you need to self-regulate, because that's what's going to keep you accountable, right? In trading, you're your own boss. So that's why it's a must to be self-regulating and to be accountable, because you're your own boss. Who else is going to do that for you, right? That's why it's a necessary, and it's like a non-negotiable in trading. You got to self-regulate. Got to review your trades every single week.
Yep. Yeah, review your trades. Everything we do is based off of data. If you're not collecting data, you don't have a shot here. I mean, you might be the exception. All right, there are exceptions to the game, but chances are there's not a lot of exceptions, right? So if you're not truly tracking your data and understanding what's taking place in your trading business, you're never going to know how to make tweaks and adjustments to correct what you're doing wrong. So, you got to track it, man. Winners are trackers.
Yep.
How to be disciplined? Probability mindset. Simple. You show up every day, you trade a system. You don't trade, you trade a system. So a lot of people come here to trade, but we come here to trade a system. So it's two totally different things. Now, it's very easy to become disciplined and not have FOMO when something doesn't line up with the system, right? Everything else is noise. But if you don't have a system, or if you don't know what your system is, then clearly you're going to be undisciplined, and clearly you're going to have lots of FOMO, right? Because you're going to think every move that moves is supposed to be your move, and that's just not the case.
Yep. Which also means, right, red days, red trades are A-okay as long as you follow your plan. So that's the key thing here, following your plan. That's what's going to give you your success.
Yep. What are some signs before you become profitable? I would say less mistakes. So if this is a mistake, we talked about this yesterday too, and this represents a week or a day, let's say, and then another mistake comes, right? But then all of a sudden now you go a week without making a mistake, right? And then you go a month without making a mistake. All of a sudden now you start to put distance in between those mistakes that you make, and you start to stack up green days. And what happens is you look back and you like those green days, right? Everyone here like making money, I would assume. So you start making money, so you start enjoying that, right? And now you're going, hey, what am I doing to get to it? Okay, I'm just sticking to the playbook. I'm limiting my mistakes. I'm moving forward week by week, month by month. And that's really what it is. It's a slow progression, right? I had one of the elite guys come to me a couple weeks back. He was all upset. He said, man, I pulled out all this money. I did such a great job. I'm so upset at myself. I was so good for 3 months, and I messed up today. I'm like, dude, you need to be celebrating how well you've done over the last 3 months instead of getting all caught up in this stupid little mistake that you made today that ain't even going to matter in 10 years, right? So it's mostly about like seeing things with a different perspective, where instead of looking at it like, yo, I can't believe it, I was doing good for 3 months and then I messed up and I blew my XFA, blah, 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 and then it ruins your weekend, right? Hell no. I started to look at it and go, damn, holy crap, man. Like, I was just on point for 3 months. Like, okay, I blew this account, but I made a lot of money. I didn't make any mistakes for the last 3 months, and I started to shift my perspective on things like that and started celebrating that. And that's what I told him. I told him, hey, you should don't go into this weekend all bummed out. You should go into this weekend excited and to celebrate, right? That you literally did what 98% of traders cannot do. And that was not deviate from your plan or not make any mistakes within a 3 month period, right? That's 90 days. 90 days of not making a mistake, that's pretty damn good if you ask me. So I think it's all about putting distance in between your mistakes, and the mistakes that you do make, you know, fix it quickly and stick to the plan. Different perspective. I know. 25K account, good start? Yeah, it seems like a good start to me. Let's see. What do you do if the market's choppy for a month? You don't trade. You know, you don't trade choppy markets. So I don't believe the market can be choppy for a full month, like on the lower time frames. So although it's going to be choppy on the higher time frames, the lower time frames will allow you to step in and take position. So yeah, I mean, if you have choppy markets, you don't trade, right? If you have clean markets, you trade. And I said something the other day, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, but I said, hey, look, gang, I don't understand the markets right now. Like, I do not have a good read here. And most guys or girls, they're never going to be willing to admit that. Their ego is just too much in the way. So, like, if you don't understand what you're seeing in the markets, don't take trades. Don't take trades. Like, there's no maturity in that. You feel me? So it's like, if there's a whole bunch of sharks in the water, it's probably wise not to jump in, right? So just understand that. You don't need to go swimming just because you brought the boat out and you're in the middle of the ocean, right? If there's shark infested water underneath you, doesn't mean you go swimming anyway. Well, Nick, we woke up early that day and we got the boat ready and we put it on the trailer and we took it out and we drove to the beach and we put the suits on and we got it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You still don't jump in when you get out there and there's sharks in the water, right? So same thing with trading. Oh, I woke up early, I did my analysis, I've been waiting since Asian session, blah blah blah. Still, if the markets are choppy, we don't just jump in because we're here, right? Like, just because we're here doesn't mean someone called the market maker and say, hey, TTE's live now, like let's get some positions set up, right? The market doesn't owe us a thing, and we have to understand that. And the market's against us in a way, right? So we have to, you know, it's our opponent. So, you know, you can't make premature moves, right? You get slaughtered.
Yeah, and you can't really think about it like that too, because every single day we're dealing with uncertain random markets, right? So that's why we're here following a plan. The plan is guiding us through this uncertainty, right? This is what gives us our probability. So that's why you're always best to just follow your plan, and then following your plan, you'll naturally be able to like adapt and pivot with certain market conditions, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, any moment any trader ever thinks that they have any sort of certainty or control, they're screwed, honestly, because that's not the environment we're playing. Effective way to journal. I mean, we have a spreadsheet that you can use. If you do exclamation point journal, we got a nice spreadsheet for you to track your journals. Really just, you know, tracking your trades, meaning like take a picture of your trade, you know, track what time of the trade, what setup was it, what day was it, you know, like how much did you risk? Did you follow your plan? You know, certain things that go about the trade, you know, you want to track. Also the pictures, right? Too. Definitely get pictures of your trades as well.
Yep. Basically all the information that is needed, because you're going to look at that trade again in a week or two and you're not going to really remember it, because between that trade and the time you do the review, you'll probably take a couple trades, right? So you're not going to truly remember the details about that trade that you took a week ago. So that's why anything that you want to remember or anything that you want to share with your mentor, if you're fortunate enough to have one that could look at your trades, write those things down. Even if it's like emotions, whether it's technicals, emotions, just write them down so that way you have them for later.
Yeah. Who having issues when to enter a trade, that needs to be in the plan, right? So you need to figure out your entries and setups, and it needs to be in your plan so that like when the setup shows up, you know that that's when I enter a trade, right? When the edge calls for it, that's when I'm entering. So that needs to be in your trading plan.
Yeah. Plan the trade the plan. Most of the time my account blows up because I refuse to accept losses, which leads to blowing my account. What should I do? The best thing you can do is stick to 1 to 2 trades a day. 1 to 2 trades a day, the likelihood of you blowing your account is very low. very low. Unless you just risk it all, full margin on that first trade. I would trade professionally and stick to 1 to 2 trades a day. Because, I mean, my friend, you know, that was the story of my life early on, right? I couldn't accept losses. I didn't want to end the day red. So what I did was I tried to work it back. I tried to get it back. But as a new trader and an inexperienced trader and like a beginner, I didn't stand a chance, right? So I would just blow account after account after account all day long. And it was just very, very frustrating, right? But then I started to do what I talked about on that other question, which was going into the losses, seeing which ones were unnecessary. I very rarely these days will take an unnecessary loss, right? All my losses are typically, I mean, look at this loss right here. This was just money. Let me show you guys. And I took a big loss on this trade here. But I can't say that this was an unnecessary loss. I like it. It was a great probability type of move. You know what I mean? So you can't really, you know, call all losses bad too. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I lost a total of $3,000 on this trade, right? And that was through all of my accounts there. But I mean, this is something I gotta take, right? I mean, the breakout, I mean, it looks clean. 4-hour candles are, you know, pushing bearish, breaking the lows, but you know, that's a good loss in my eyes. It's not one that I'm not looking at that one and being like, why would I get in that? That doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't resemble any other trades I took. That's not a playbook position. It is one, right? So that's fine. That goes into the loss category, and we can get that one right back up. And that was a high probability trade. You know, I risked. I think I went in on that 369. Yeah, 3. So I used 9 contracts total. You know, 3, and 3 there. So even those high probability trades, they still have a chance of losing, and that's why the risk management and everything that we talk about plays a very, very important role into your trading.
Sir,
you changed my brain cells, bro. W. Let's go. By the way, can I just say I'm very proud of like so many people in here. Like, this is what we're doing is absolutely epic. Like, you got people from all over the world changing their brain cells, thinking differently, developing different life philosophies, ones that are gonna push them further to the future they want versus take it away. So I mean, I hate to have all the attention here, like, because there's so many people just out here crushing the game right now, and they've been consistent, and they earned it. You know, they deserve it. And my question is, like, who's coming and matching whips, right? Like, this is cool, but like, what's cooler is who can I match cars with? Who can come ball out? Who can we go travel with together, right? How about we all start getting rich and all start getting money, and you're starting to see that happen right now. I mean, look at Aaron. The guy's living the freaking dream.
my man was on the beach today.
Like, a lot of you guys are crushing it, making more money than you ever have in your life, and I'm just proud of you guys, for real.
Yeah, man.
It takes a lot to step out and do what other people aren't willing to do.
Yes, sir.
But W on changing the brain cells, man. Fire. 1 to 2 trades a day is truly the holy grail. It truly is, though. It truly is. Like,
Amen.
that changed my entire business, my structure of my trading business. If I didn't listen to that advice, you may not know me right now. Like, I don't see how I was gonna fix my situation any other way. Wait, where'd John's video go? Oh, here it is. Currently struggling with trading full-time, getting close to needing to go back to work, trying to stick to the process, but super stressed about the money. What would you suggest? Maybe go back to work. You know, Alan, that's something that your ego, I know, does not want to hear, because mine didn't want to hear that either. But I would definitely, so my thing is, I would never restrict myself to one income and one income only. That's just too dangerous, way too dangerous in the world we live in. So regardless, you need to have multiple streams of income. And just because that maybe one of those streams is a quote unquote job, that doesn't mean you have to see it like that. Like there were times where I needed to go back and get a job, but I just seen it as another income stream, right? I try to trick my mind all the time. Like, all right, I'm not working for people, right? I'm working with them. They're hiring me for my service, right? And whatever it was, $12 an hour, $13 an hour, $15 an hour, it is what it is. But I would just kind of trick myself into believing, because I had to have very bad like taste in my mouth over jobs and all that stuff. But I would just trick myself and be like, hey, it's just another stream of income. You know, it's just another stream of income to get me to where I need to be. And I have no problem sacrificing for the time being, going, locking in again, stacking my money. There's nothing wrong with stacking more money, bro. So if you have to go back and get a quote unquote job or something, do it. Slow down to speed up. Yeah, exactly. No harm in getting a job, saving up some money so you don't stress. Yeah, the last thing you want to be doing is trading with your last dollars, man. It's not for the weak. It's not for everyone, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, once you're trading out of neediness, like neediness repels, like money repels neediness, you know. Yeah. So you don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah, there were so many times, I can't even tell you how many times, like especially in my early 20s, where I had quit a job and went all in and couldn't make it happen, you know, in that 30 days or 45 days, and had to go back and get a job, and, you know, started stacking up some money for the next 6 months, and, you know, made another run at it. Once the boss pissed me off enough, or the employees, or, you know, annoyed me enough, I'd say, you know what, I got this amount saved up. I'm doing all right in my business. Let's give it another go. And I'd go out there and into the unknown where my feet may fail. And, you know, we failed. We failed time and time again. And, you know, eventually it finally did click. But, you know, I've went back to work many times in my earlier days of like becoming an entrepreneur, just to, you know, stack some more money up. Did it hurt my ego? Hell yeah. Maybe. It definitely did.
And maybe too, Alan, like maybe you just prematurely quit the job too. Like there's probably a better way to go about it, you know, just getting certain requirements done. But that plan depends on like your personal situation in life, you know. So that could have happened too. Like maybe you just prematurely quit. There could have been a better plan to go about leaving your job, you know, for good.
Yep. Took an L in the same area. Yeah, I think that was a good trade. One income. Yeah, you can't rely on one income. Let's go, fun lover. W. Massive W. Massive. You're welcome, Alan. Brother, no biggie to go back to work. Every successful person will probably give you that type of advice. You know, it's no shame. You know, only the average people will look down on you. Successful people will never look down on you for trying to give it another go, to stand up again, to fight another round. You know what I mean? That's just not how successful people roll. So don't pay attention to the naysayers in life. Pay attention to the winners and ask those guys the questions and take those guys' advice over anyone that's, you know, in your sphere of influence, or any sort of person living a life that you don't want to live. I'm funded on FTMO now. I'm in 5% drawdown. Should I reduce or stick to the same size? I think if you're creeping on blowing your account and you don't want to blow it, I think you need to reduce your size. Yeah, but you know, if you're still chilling, you know, I would say just playbook setup shows up. As long as the conditions are there, up your size. If the conditions aren't there, lower it. So we were talking a little bit about that in Asian last night. So the way I approach drawdown is typically the same way I approach being in profit. You know what I mean? If the trade is really there, I will size up even in drawdown, you know. But if the trade is there, but I don't really, you know, feel that good about it, then I'm gonna size down. Yeah, so nothing wrong with sizing up in drawdown, right? That's how you get out of drawdown, but you gotta size up on the right trade. The Prather Trader in the house. What's popping? What's popping?
Is that the Prather Trader?
What was my growth on holding winning trades? Because I'm finding it hard. Here was my whole journey on holding winners. So like I used to trade an intraday strategy, and what would happen is, let's say we were looking for a bounce off of this level here, right? So I would be like, okay, cool. Here's my stop. Here's my TP. Whatever. Let's just say it's the next bank level, right? What's the even numbers here? You know, let's just say one of those even bank numbers. So this is what happened when I tend to hold my profits. I would go all the way in profit, and then price would come down like this, you know, and then maybe I'll go back up, but maybe I'll come back down. So this is where I developed the idea of closing partials, and I learned this from Raja, because I would be very upset because I'd be like, damn, you know, I was up 100 pips there or whatever it is. I was up 40 pips, 60 pips, and then it went down and tapped me out, and you know, it took 4 hours. So what I started to do is, once I started coming around Raja, I seen him closing partials at like 15, 20 pips. So I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea, because most trades that I get into, I usually go like 15, 20, 30 pips in profit, but then a lot of times it comes back on me. So what I started to do was I got rid of the whole let me hold my winners and all that, and I got really focused on taking base hits and increasing my win rate and getting more and stacking more green days versus more bigger trades. So that's where it all changed for me. So I personally am not a fan of holding trades or holding winners. I will close like 80% of my position right at the first area of interest, and then if the runner wants to go, it can go. But you know, very rarely does that actually happen before you get some weird pullbacks and all that, especially trading gold.
Also, though, too, like that first area of interest could be like, some days could be 30 pips away, some days could be like 15 pips away. So I think like looking left to get right, wherever that advantage point's at, like it could be different, you know, each day. So you want to just kind of look left to get right, and just take your base hits, take your profits when you're hitting those first areas of interest.
Yep. Let's get it, Michael Cook. Let's get it. Some of you guys know, you already know you're going to be successful, don't you? But your situation doesn't reflect it. I'm telling you, just keep going. The same thing happened to me. I'm like, I know I'm meant for great things, but I'm in this like parts department section right now, answering a phone call, making $13 an hour, but I know God's got a great plan for me. So just hang on to that. Hang on to that vision. Keep working.
When you know, you know.
Jesus said, you'll know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Okay, so I would have been semi-interested in this 15 had we not just pushed up 100 pips and then closed it at a low top wick there. So that's going to be a no bueno. I've been trying to start taking trades, but all the volume times are during the clubhouse. I know. I don't want to miss the stream. My question is, can I still trade the system without volume? Yes, but volume is going to be the better trade, right? So you can still trade it without volume. Something that you can do too is, like, let's say before we turn on the stream and you do your bias, you map out what trade you're looking to take, you know what I mean? And then just stick to that. So whether or not we take it or not, you take it, right? And then basically come back in and ask for some feedback and stuff like that. So just start taking your own trades. That's exactly where like the progression is going to begin. Oh, no, I'm not in this. No.
Bros are going to open up your stream and just start buying.
They're like, crap, man. We missed it. No, I'm not in this. I did take a buy, but it wasn't this one.
Then you buy like the wick. Now you don't see a pip of profit.
I don't know why I even had that thing up. We were talking about something else. Yeah, no, the only trade I took was this guy here. That was it. And then we closed without a wick at the top, so I closed full right there. It was like 35, 40 pips or something. Can you achieve profit target in 3 days? Yes, but I'm not sure about the withdrawal. I don't think you could do the withdrawal in 3 days. Is this a trade you take? No. I wouldn't take this. If this candle closed with a wick on the top, I might have been interested, but there was no wick there. But look at this 1 hour. So the 1 hour might set up here for like a bit of an inverted celery. So I may be interested on the next 1 hour candle. If this guy can leave a little wick here, right, then we could potentially take buys on the next candle there. So I'd be interested in that for sure. But we just gotta wait. It's got 8 minutes. Only 8 more minutes, guys.
Wow.
All right, just 8 more.
Here we go again.
Gold playing games. Nico, how we feeling today, bro? Love seeing Nico out here, man. Love seeing Nico. Yeah, I wish you were coming to the meetup. Is there any way you can swing that? That would be so epic. How to decide which is the right trade. So as long as they're playbook positions, they're going to be the right trade. But now it's about what are the conditions in that trading environment itself. So it's like, what are the conditions here today? Well, you know, we're very bearish, right? We're kind of running into some chop up here, right? So if we're going to take a 1 hour position today, I probably won't unload my full risk. You know what I mean? I'm already green on the day. That also serves as a bit of a condition for the individual trader, right? So if we can push up here, I'll probably get pretty aggressive and close my trade or close my partials somewhere once we get up in here, because the conditions aren't the greatest. So I'll lower it, especially for the buys, right? So I'll lower my size, factor in the conditions, and then, you know, go from there. So this takes time. You know, this takes experience. It takes a lot of chart time of doing this type of stuff. Luckily, you know, you can watch me do it and kind of cut your learning curve in half. But yeah, nothing beats the chart time. Hold on tight. That's right. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Charts for stream? Yes. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Oh, ayo, TT India squad. What's poppin'? You guys should have something special coming in. Something special, something special. Nobody knows nothing. All right, let's go charts for stream here. Nick Stewart, focus. All right, cool. Let's take a look. So what's up, Jeff? How you feeling, brother? Let's see here. We got, all right, so enter to sell on the break of the lows here. Support, close full. Question, was this a playbook entry? Should I have entered that sell, especially after the last 30-minute candle? Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, my only little issue here is the wicks. But other than that, I like the look of this trade. You're bearish, right? You created resistance. You created support. You closed below with that candle. It looks like you had partial TP somewhere there. Use current candle stops. I don't see why not. Looks like a good trade. 30-minute bearish off the new. Yeah, 30 was pumping. 30 was pumping. So yeah, I'm glad you identified that you should close partials quickly, because I mean, look at the move that already happened, right? So some people will only look at the 15 here and be like, well, I'm not just gonna take the profits there. But it's like, dude, look how much the 30 minutes already moved. Like, if it's coming into support, take your bag and then wait for another trade or something, right? Or at least bag partials and then, you know, let the runner go. So yeah, good trade. Way to close partials quick on that one too. All right, let's take a look here. We'll skip SimZ. No, I'm just kidding. All right, SimZ, here we go, brother. Here we go. What's up, G? Here we go, brother. Didn't take this position in London. I like this guy, man. He's hungry. Didn't take this position in London due to the candle moving up without a bottom wick and the trade details. Okay, so let's see. Daily bearish, 4-hour bear, 1 hour, everything bear, basically besides the 15-minute fake out, which led to the 30-minute 1 hour. Okay. Current 4-hour candle rejected out of the 4-hour observation zone, created a 15-minute fake out. Tap the support. Trade idea was to retest. What do you think about this position? Would it be logical to take this despite the time frames? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. So 15-minute, 15-minute. Yes, this is perfect. So you see the 4-hour tap and target. You don't really take this trade unless that 15 closes back above, right? And then over to the left here, you see, hey, we closed above, we pushed up, you know, so maybe we can get that out of this trade. You know, so you get in. I wouldn't have entered this with the no wick there, but, you know, that's just me. And then, yeah, partials here, full TP there, looks perfect. Outside of that wick, it looks perfect. Great job. Yeah. So I know you didn't get in. I don't know if you didn't get in because of that wick, but that would have held me out of that trade there. Yeah, 4-hour. Yeah, wicking down. Yeah, good look. Yeah, this is nice. You notice the 4 hours in support. You start looking for fake outs on the 15. Perfect. Analyze this, then miss the entry. What do we got? 3 minutes. All right. Yeah. Closure below. Yeah. Good trade. Yeah, this was a good one. Next time you'll be able to catch it. Nothing wrong with missing these trades, especially like as a beginner. But every time you miss it, you mark it up and you go in and you say, hey, how could I get that one next time? All right, we got a closure coming up here in just 2 minutes or so. What's the fastest way to stack up and replace my job income? Slow down to speed up. So the fastest way is to go the slowest way. Holy, mind blowing. Yeah, that's the fastest way, man. Slow down to speed up. So focus, don't buy stupid things, you know. I mean, one thing that I never did was I didn't buy anything. So my money stayed with me. So a lot of people, they don't have that much money, but they buy a bunch of stuff. It's really, really not that smart. So just don't spend money and then be smart in your trading. And then in the meantime, you'll stack it up and slow it down, and eventually you'll catch a nice little rhythm. And then after that rhythm's caught in your trading, then you can speed up. The crazy part about trading is you can't fast forward it. It's like, oh man, you know, where are all my guys or girls in sales? Like, isn't it cool in sales how you could just, if you want more, you can go act, right? You can go knock more doors. You can go schedule more appointments, make more phone calls, right? Do more things. But trading, it just doesn't work that way. So it's not like you can speed it up, if that makes sense. The only way to speed it up is to be extremely disciplined and only trades based off of a profitable system. That's the only way to go. You know, other than that, it's going to take a lot of, you know, spinning around, running around in circles.
That's it, bro. I don't know, people look for like a secret pill or something. It's like, you got to follow your plan every single day. Do what's required, get what you desire.
I know, but I wish that actually clicked for people.
Exactly.
So it's so
That's
simple,
tough,
but
tough
it's so hard to click, right? If I can give you, if I summed up all my advice here, it would just be, a show up every day and look for good trades according to the playbook setup and don't deviate. That right there will make you profitable, but most people need to hear more than that.
I know. But that's what we mean too, less is more. Like, you don't need to do more, you need to do less. But yeah, it's so hard for people.
And again, it's about the why. It all comes back down to the why. Why are you doing this?
Sir.
Most of y'all don't even know why. You gotta ask yourself, why am I even doing this? This is crazy people stuff. What the heck am I participating in this for? Right? Because if you don't know your why, you know, you'll always try and figure out how. But we know that you don't get success based off of how, you get it because of the why. No top
That's
wick.
so true, bro.
No top wick. I have a big why, so it makes me disciplined to not take this. So regardless of whether or not this goes up or not, I know that I got to stick to the playbook, and my why is more important than a couple dollars here today.
If I didn't have my why, bro, I wouldn't be here right now. Definitely not.
Let me explain it to you like this. So let's say it's the Empire State Building in Manhattan, right? And let's just say I made a little tightrope, a little wire that you can walk across. And across that is another building, and it's just as tall, right? And I say, hey, brother, I have $150 waiting for you on the other side of that building. And here you are. Would you go do that? So no parachute, no safety harness, nothing. It's you, this tightrope, and that money over there. Let's call it $200. I'll pump it up for you guys a little bit. Who would do that?
Definitely doing it.
No one would do that, right? Anyone? Probably
for
not.
200.
Right? Not for 200, he said. Okay, so let's say I put 400. How about now?
Nope.
No? How about I put
Nope.
500?
Nope.
Would you do it now? Would you risk your life?
No, I wouldn't.
No? How about I put the most important people in your life right here? Your wife, your kids, your family, your friends, the people. I want you guys to think about who's the most important person in your life. Just think of that right now, or the most important people. I want you to visualize their face. All right? So
Now I would do it.
let's say those people are in the building, and this building is catching fire. And that fire is rising fairly quickly. And the only way that they're saved is if you, Tarzan, can make your way over there. What's the chances you find a way now?
Hell yeah. Very high.
Very high,
Now
right?
it's like you're making a way.
Now you will find a way. You will find a way to win, right? Put your kids there, put your wife there, husband, mom, dad, whatever, right? All of a sudden, you are going to find a way to get over there and to save these people because they mean that much to you. So what has changed? The distance? No. Same distance. The height? No. Same height. What changed?
The why.
The reason, right? The why, the reasoning behind you getting from A to B. So when you know your why, you know how to move. If you don't know your why, you'll stay there. It will never be worth it for you to be disciplined and to be professional and to be a professional, right? It just you won't muster up the courage to do it because you just think you're chasing a couple dollars, or you want the new Rolex, or you want the Porsche. The Porsche was never enough to get me to be disciplined day in and day out. You know what was able to get me disciplined? The look on my wife's face, right? When it was the morning time, and I knew that I could provide a life that she never had to leave to go to work, and she could stay at home with her kids and be a stay-at-home mom. My kids' faces, right? When I look at them and I say, man, do I want to ship them out to some sort of daycare, or would I rather them be home? These are the things that motivated me, inspired me to be disciplined. These were my why, right? Going back to a job, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want my wife to do that. But if I would have just focused on, man, one day I'm going to get a Porsche, I'd still be spinning my tires. But I put what really matters most in my vision, and then I understood why I was doing this, right? I was doing this to be free. Everything I've always done was always geared towards financial freedom, family freedom, and being able to spend my time exactly how I wanted. So you have to figure out your why and what's going to get you to, really stick to something day in and day out without deviation, right? So this is just a funny little example here, but I hope it gets you to think a little bit. I hope it gets you to sit this weekend in your own thoughts and really think about why you're trading, especially if you've been spinning your tires for months and months and months and you're really not getting anywhere. Maybe you just don't know where you're going and why you're going there. So maybe you just need to take some time to think, right? Just to think. Think about what's the real reasons behind your actions and real reasons behind your commitment to this. Because if it's wishy-washy, you'll get wishy-washy results. If it's firm, direct, and intentional, then that's the results you'll get as well. So gotta know your why. You gotta know your why.
Money, bro. Gems.
Right? Because without the why, you step out, you're like, you know, the first wind that blows, you're like, you run back. The first little thing, you know, and that's the thing too, you know, you may think you want that $500. I seen somebody say, I'll do it. I love that guy. Hey, I'll do it for 500. I love you, bro. I really do. But the thing is, if it's only for the money, chances are when you're out here and the wind blows, you're heading back. Right? Or let's say the wire starts shaking a little bit, you're quaking, right? You're heading back. Any sort of uncomfortable thing that happens, you're heading back. And that's what happens to people in this game. They take a loss, they don't like it, they head back, they quit, they slow down, they stop, they go, they stop, they go, because they truly don't understand what they're doing it for. Again, they think that the getting funded and making some money on a payout is why they're doing this, but it's not. You got to have much, much deeper reasons for all this, and reasons that are going to get you to, no matter what's happening, to keep moving forward, right? Because regardless if the wind comes or the line shakes a little bit, when your family's over here, it don't matter. You're still moving forward, right? You're still getting over to that other side, or you're going to die trying. So, you know, that's how I treat the game too. You know, it's a funny slogan, but, you know, you got to be all in. You got to be all in. Cool? Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions on that? This is so important. If you don't know your why, you'll keep spinning your tires. You'll come back next year. You'll hear us talking about the same stupid diagram again. And you'll be like, why didn't I listen the first time? I'll do it for crumble cookie. I'll do it for a 6-pack of crumble cookie. Put me on. Oh, man.
Those types of people will just end up falling too.
Yeah, so once the why is strong enough, the how don't matter. Right? Once the why is up there, nothing can stop you. Nothing can, you know, take you back from what you're trying to accomplish. So just think about those people that you visualized in that example, and I want you to think, what are those people doing right now? And would you want them to be doing something differently with their life? And just know that you can control it, brother. This is GTA in real life. You can make anything happen. We've got the internet now. We've got so much abundance. I was in the tattoo chair yesterday. There was another average person in the other one, and they're just talking, and I'm just listening, and they're just sitting there making the same, talking about they're doing the same things that their parents did to them. They're instilling the same mindset in their kids that their grandparents instilled in theirs. You don't want to be that way. We got to be improving. We got to be getting better and taking the last generation's, mistakes and things and moving our families forward. So it's never been an easier time to get rich, to separate yourself from the masses, and to live the #1 lifestyle in the world. It's just never been easier. And then you could hang out with your wife all day and every day and just chase the endless summer. Just chase. How many of you guys just want to chase your wife around the beach? Just chasing them sunsets all over the world. There you go, Louis G.
Next week.
Nobody knows nothing. Pranav, you got it? It's locked in. W. All right, let me catch up on some comments here. I haven't really paid much attention. Why do you stand while trading? I don't know. I do both. I think I mainly stand these days, though. Yeah, no reason. I'm too fired up to sit down sometimes, man. Yes, sir, Daniel King. Just commit to the 2 to 4 year plan. That's it. Trading could truly take you 2 to 3 years, and you could be making more money than you know what to do with, but you got to lock in for those 2 to 3 years. How could I build my own playbook or edge? I don't know, because I've never done that. I've always copied greatness. I don't think I'd ever want to do that, right? It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of trial, a lot of error, a lot of tweaks, a lot of adjustments. I ain't got time for that. I just want to follow in the footsteps of people who have done this and succeeded, and I just want to follow what they've done. I don't even want to take the time to learn and, you know, try and make something up of my own. I'd rather just follow the proven path and make the money. How to get a wife? Is there a playbook? Yeah. You got to write down everything you want about a wife. So I want this, I want this, I want this. So you got to write out the perfect girl. The perfect girl. Make it super detailed. Who's the perfect girl to be your wife? Once you get them all down, then I want you to review everything you wrote, and then I want you to ask yourself one question. What type of guy would that girl be attracted to? And then you go make yourself the best man ever. So when she comes around, she goes, that's my guy right there. That's him. He's him. All right. So you might need to become a different guy to attract the quality girl. So that's what I would do. And then she's got to respect the Smyrna. Let's see here. Let's go, Stephen B. Time to chop the head off those snakes. Just follow the greats. Yeah, there you go. All right, let me see what's good in the clubhouse here. If you look at the 15, would you consider having range 2 buys? Yes. So, yeah, I think the best thing we could do here is wait for... It doesn't look the best on the 15. The 30 looks a lot cleaner. But I think if you can come down and create support, that will help, right? So you get this like maybe a closure here, comes down, and then maybe like a new support is formed. But, I mean, this is not looking good. None of this price action looks that good to me as of right now on this lovely, lovely Friday here. Yeah, especially with this no top wick there, it's going to be tough. Going to be tough. No top wick on this candle, no top wick on that candle. I'm not too sold on the bullish ideas here. The perfect girl's with my cousin. What should I do? Find another one. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. They're all gonna cheat, man. That's honestly, that's sad, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad that that's your image of women, brother. Makes me want to cry. Sells on the incoming 15. Maybe below. I think there's a support here. Yeah, I think there's support at 81. Ain't nothing greater in a man's life than a wife who's grateful. So, but that's on you, man. That's on y'all, man. You guys are alpha. Time to start leading the way. Tired of seeing y'all acting like a bunch of fools. Man up. Ripped, rich, and rare. It's time, baby. Peace out, Sujay. I hope you have a great weekend, brother.
See you, Sujay.
Your candles wick theory is amazing. Yeah, it all came from Raja. Like I said, like I never really invented any of this stuff. So like anytime I get asked that question, like how do I create my own playbook and I'm like, I have no idea because I never wasted time to do that. You know, I just always followed people who are already profitable with a system that I could wrap my head around, and that was pretty much it. A strong why will outwork almost anyhow. That's so true. You know, I can't even tell you how many people were way sharper than me, came from way better families than me, had way more education than me. They talked better than me. They looked better than me. but they didn't do better than me. They didn't do better than me. So it's all about the do. You either do or you don't do. Good looks can't get you the lifestyle you want. Maybe it can, but yeah, it's not gonna cut it. So you knowing your why and why you're doing things, you'll most likely outwork everyone who thinks they know how to do it. My mentor would always say, Nick, people who know how to do everything always work for people who know why they do everything. Whew. That was a bar, son. I remember hearing that in my early 20s. I looked around the auditorium. I said, bro, did anyone else hear that? Like, anyone? He said, people who know how to do everything always work for people who know why they do it. Jot that down. Jot it down. Hey, yo, Green. I just want to know how we're going to save them. Yeah. I left that part out. Hey, just keep quiet on that one. Otherwise, I got to redraw it out and chill, Norbin. Chill.
$15, no lower wick.
How much was the Porsche? Just Google how much 2024 Porsches are. What am I drinking, bro? I'm drinking water and a little excess here. Every time I ask myself why I took this trade, I'm not able to convince myself. Suggest? Yeah, stick to the playbook. So I bet you every time you ask yourself, why did Nick take that trade? It probably makes sense to you. So just start taking trades like Nick takes trades. Just stick to that stupid little playbook thing he talks about all the time. Yo, what up, Anthony? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'll be in New York next month. We'll have to try and link up.
What's good, Anthony? What up, bro?
Did I buy the Porsche lease? I don't think you lease Porsche GT3s RSs, man. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Yeah. No, man. That's in a way that's like an investment property. Yeah, I just treat it like an investment property kind of that I could drive. What time frame is the best for the playbook? A 30-minute time frame. If you're bouncing around really high times of volume, then I would say 15-minute, but you got to know how to use that. And luckily for everyone, there's a video in the course on how to use the 15 over the 30 and how to use the 30 over the 15. The Benz, hey, you still love the Benz. No, I mean this is perfect now, right? The Benz is my daily. Like yesterday, I didn't even drive the Porsche. I didn't even drive it yesterday. So I got a good daily now. And this was my goal for a couple years. So, I could have done this 2 or 3 years ago also, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to do it to where when I did it, it didn't even make a dent in my finances. Like it didn't even like pop up as if I would notice it. So like, yeah. So basically I got my daily and I got my, every other day car now. That's how I planned it. And now it's time for John to get a supercar.
Sir. It's coming.
What you thinking, John?
I told you what I want. Lambo.
Do the regular GT3s hold good value like the RS? I'm sure they do, but the RS is clearly like the top of the line Porsche, Top of the line brand in the world, top of the line car of that brand. Now that's a flex, eh? Yeah, the reason I went with Porsche too is outside of the car I really love, but Porsche is like the #1 luxury brand in the world, and it's obviously gonna hold its value. What were you gonna say, John?
I said my 2 dream cars on the driveway would be a Lambo and a Rolls Royce. Those would be my 2 dream whips.
Beautiful. But at the end of the day, they're just cars. You know, I mean, I would rather go from point A to point B in a Porsche GT3 RS than in a Neon or something, right? So they're just cars, but you know, they all got 4 tires, and they get you from point A to B. But you know, one just gets you there in a little bit more style and a little bit more excitement. But other than that, it's just a car.
Yeah, bro.
Or
Like
you
we
could
were
do a
talking about
Prius.
too, like you said, it's just a toy. Like I'm more focused on other things right now. You know, like I got some time, delay gratification. You know.
Hell yeah.
So I'm focused on things that are a little bit more important right now. But yeah, it's coming
Exactly.
in due time.
Are we trading gold? Yes, we trade gold here. Yep. Gold and NQ from time to time, but mainly gold. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Bro, there was a bicycle. So there was a bicycle at the Porsche dealership. I'm like, how much is the bike? I'm just curious. He's like, 13. I'm like, oh, 1,300? That's a lot, but you know, it's affordable. And he's like, no, 13,000. I'm like, 13 grand for that bike? My goodness, bro. I was like, never mind. Yo, some of these bikes are like 15 grand that people ride. Exactly, Banty. Exactly. Seasons.
Yes, sir. It's one season at a time.
My spec? Yeah, it's like gray. Yeah, it's a gray one. It's called the Maglodon. Is that the big shark, dude?
The Maglodon, yep.
Yeah, it's
Megalodon.
the Megalodon or whatever. Yeah, this is the car right here. So this is the showroom pictures, but now the showroom is my garage. It's a beautiful machine. Beautiful. 13 G's for the cheat. Yeah, man. I was like, damn, 13? Like crazy, man. I don't know about spending all that. But yeah, so far, great car.
You gonna drive it today?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Anna out to lunch today.
Hey,
Go for a little
let me guess where.
spinsky. Oh, is C Melly here? C Melly, we're going to I think we're gonna go to Burns today.
Which one is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has the
You're
has
gonna go to that one.
the kit on it. Yeah. So I was gonna get like they called it Arctic Gray. It was a little darker. I was kind of like looking at both of them, but I like this one, man. This one brings out the carbon a lot better, brings out the black a lot better. So I decided to go with this one. Yeah, the seats are incredible. And look, remember I told you guys there's a little bit of storage back here. You see back here? You got a little storage, But my question is, who's next? Who's next? Because, you know, one thing that this gets me, it gets me going is like, who now can I challenge? How can I challenge myself now to create millionaires? To create other people who are going to be good people and do the right thing with their wealth. And that's where the clubhouse comes in, and that's where all this mentorship and this YouTube live stream, like now it's all about like how many people can I help get to this point. So my mentor has helped me, I've helped me, and I know what it takes to get here now, right? And I want to see as a challenge is how many people can I really help pull something like this off in life. Because I know it's rare. I know it is, but we're attracting rare. We're a rare breed. My mentor would say to me, he would say to all of us as a group, he said, we are anything but average. He said, anytime someone says average to you, tell them I'm anything but that. And I want to build a group of individuals who are anything but average. People who are going to go out and do things that the normal people just never get a chance to do. Not because we're better than them, but because we're willing to commit, we're willing to put in the work, we're willing to delay gratify and do the right things over a course of a couple years to set ourselves up for a great future and ultimately help people live the lifestyle by design, you know, and that's the lifestyle I live, is the lifestyle that I design. I don't, again, want anyone else designing my life for me. And I want to see now how many other multi-millionaires can we create in the world. So that's my big goal. I really don't have any other materialistic goals at the moment outside of, you know, in about 2 years, we want to build our own custom house, and, you know, we'll start looking at that and whatnot. But my main focus now is like, who could I bring to the top with me, right? Because we're going to the top, and we'll either see you at the top or from the top. But we want you to be there with us. And, you know, I want to take as many people as possible, as many people that want to go. Because you got to want it.
Yes, freaking sir. Who's riding with us? Let's get it.
No trade today? Maybe not. I mean, we're up 369. We're up 900 on the day. So it's not a bad day here. If a great setup shows up, I'll look to increase that. But if not, I got no worries.
Only if the system calls for a chat. That's when I get in.
Yeah.
Even though I really want to get in right now, the system's telling me no, so I gotta be disciplined to it.
We want to make money, and we want to make money now.
We want it.
Let's go, Simsy. I know you are, man. I know you are. A lot of you guys are on the come up. Just commit to that 2 to 3 year plan. That's it.
Trust your process. Let's get it, Phil. W, bro. I'll see you next week. Let's go.
The biggest mistake, what was the biggest you made in trading? How did you fix it, and what did you learn? My biggest mistake, I would say, was starting too big. So basically the way it worked is I would pretty much start with like $1,000 accounts when all I had was $1,000. So, you know, it goes back to, hey, you know, don't trade with the rest of your money, right? Like, don't trade with all your money. So the one thing that hurt me early on was the fact that, I'll just speed up to the prop firm days, is I felt like, hey, if I'm going to get out of my situation, I'm going to need a 100K account to do that. Right? So, because again, I had big goals to never go back to a job and to be free and blah, 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 right? So I knew that I was going to need about a 100K account to do that. Now, the issue is those accounts cost $500 back then, right? So I had some savings over here, right? But I was literally spending it all on these 100K accounts, and I'd blow these accounts in a day. Some of them took me 2 days, some of them it took a week, right? But I just blow 500 after 500 after 500 after 500, and I was just too invested, right? Like, from a financial standpoint. So I would say if I would have dropped my ego, because what's the chances as a new trader I'm going to get funded 100K and then just be profitable every month now? Right? So I don't even know what I was thinking, right? Sometimes you don't even think right. But I really wish I would have started at like 25K accounts, right? And then that way I would have taken the time to really learn on the front end instead of trying to earn, right? Because clearly that didn't work. So I really wish I would have spent, the 25K accounts were probably like what, John? Like $125 or something?
Maybe even a little more, like 100 or 200.
Yeah, let's just say 150, right? Like, then honestly, man, I would have spent 150 per account versus 500, and you know, wouldn't have had to dig myself as deep out of a hole that I did do, right? So again, it all goes back to understanding, are you in the learning phase, right? Or are you in the earning phase? And clearly I was in the learning phase at that point, right? So while you're learning, you know, most people, they get in and they're focused on the earning stuff, but if you can dial that in, that'll eventually start to come.
Yeah. Everyone in here should be earning their size. You should earn your size with consistency, discipline, and profitability, right? I mean, earn your size. Gives you confidence to, you know, put some size on there as well.
Yeah. Let's see, what time we got? 10:30. Sick and tired of being broke and doing stupid things. Bro. Good, brother. As you should be. You know, I wouldn't be comfortable with that either. And I've been there, you know, and I was pissed. I was pissed. There was an anger in me that I used, to my advantage on the come up. So, get mad, bro. Nothing wrong with getting mad.
Hell yeah.
Just harness it. Just harness the energy properly. Most people,
like Nick says, bro, be obsessed or be average. Like everyone should be obsessed, honestly, with this. Like I'm obsessed. Like I'm only thinking about trading, like with my life and leveling up myself as well as as an individual.
Absolutely.
So like you gotta be obsessed with personal development and gotta be obsessed with it. Because someone who is obsessed with it more than you is gonna, do better than you. It's gonna do things quicker, act quicker, move quicker. So you become what you think about.
yes, you do. Anyone taking gold buys here? Best of luck, my man. May God himself be with you on this.
I heard energy. You're getting a pizza.
I heard energy's getting in this buy position right here. Yeah, you got to get mad. You got to get mad. Most people don't get mad. They get mad for a few minutes, but then they have a beer, and then it's all good again. Or they turn on the network television, the electric income reducer, and something distracts them, or they go and surf the internet, and you know what? They don't sit with that anger, So if you can understand your anger and leverage it, you become a very dangerous man or woman. But most people are little pansies with their anger, and they act like little babies. That's not what anger is for. Anger is not to act like a little baby. Anger is to use to your advantage, to be a savage, right? And to get out of your situation. So a lot of people just use anger just in a way that it's not supposed to be used.
Yeah.
You guys are soft. No, I'm just kidding. How you going to get angry? Soft.
Low key, though.
How you 35 throwing a temper tantrum? Holy smokes.
Let's be honest, Chaz. Some of us are soft. We got to be honest. Self-mastery starts with self-honesty.
Facts. John
Be
said
real
it,
with
not
yourself.
me.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
I call myself out too, when I'm wrong.
I call you out too when you're acting soft, don't I?
Yes,
do I
you
ever
will,
do I ever let you slip being soft?
Hell
Do I ever let you slide? No,
Never,
I
bro.
don't. Are some of the things I say to you a little tough sometimes?
So, yes.
A little
Yes.
tough, right? But do they make you better?
Absolutely, they do.
They do.
I need it, bro. I need the hard talk, or else I'm gonna be soft.
Yeah, man. If you can't take any tough coaching, chances are you're not ready for the dream life.
Exactly, bro.
Has anything I ever said steered you in the wrong direction, John?
No. Everything you said and that I've applied has only helped and benefited my life.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yep.
Hella shade in this live today, man. We're feeling a certain way out here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you guys distracted so you don't get into stupid trades.
Yeah. In Clubhouse, y'all are all winners. I'm more so talking to YouTube now.
Are you
Just
the only
kidding,
girl
just
here?
kidding,
No, there's definitely other ladies here. $15 onion like this one here? No. Maybe a bearish closure to go back down. Maybe a range 2 breakout too, like we drew up. Ain't nothing perfect in this world but the moment, baby. Ripped, rich, and rare. Hell yeah, I got that from Wes. Rich, ripped, and rare. That's what you want your son to say. Yo, hey, Billy, who's your dad? You see that dude over there? That ripped, rich, and rare guy over there? That's my dad right there. That's my dad. Where's your dad? Oh, start flexing on the kids' playground. Start doing pull-ups. Hey, now that should I do the flooring in my garage and the lighting? Yeah, I was thinking about the lighting. Probably not the flooring though. because I plan on moving out of here in like 2 or 3 years and building a custom home. So I'll probably do the garage flooring in that home. One thing I am gonna have.
Save it up.
Check this out. My mentor, he had what they would call it a crumb sucker. So that means any of you got any Italians in here? Sounds a little awkward, right? Let's say this is the countertop, right? You guys ever any Italians here? You guys cut bread? Cut bread all the time, and all of a sudden, the crumbs fall on the floor. There's this little thing on the bottom of the floor, right? That opens up. It's like a little slit, and it's like it acts as a vacuum. So when the crumbs fall off of here onto the floor, all of a sudden you turn this thing on, it's like, and all the crumbs are gone. Who wants that? Anyone? I don't know. I think money just gives you choices. So if you want one of these stupid things in your house so you don't have to sweep up or clean up, I mean, why not, right? I got to put that in the custom house.
Honestly, man, I'm Italian. I've never heard of that.
That's because you ain't rich enough yet.
I guess so, bro.
You ain't get that. You ain't get around that level of person yet, you know?
Nah, man. My mom and dad were pretty average.
Just a vacuum? Nah, man. Everyone does vacuums.
Talk about a vacuum?
You gotta have something that just gone. Oh, man. My dad's the guy with the belly hanging out of the bottom of his t-shirt. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to be that dad.
Darn. Yo, peace out, DJ Scratches. Peace, bro.
Yes, sir. On Project Records. W, bro. Later, Scratchers. Have a great day. The bottom is too crowded, Rafi. It is. It's too crowded on the bottom. Ain't nothing like being on First Class Street. Go read the book. What book was that in? Slight Edge, maybe? I forget.
What's up, Rafi? My man.
Oh, this headset's hurting my ears.
That's your sign that it's time to go.
Or
time to stay.
they're trying to get me to stop. They're trying to get me to stop pouring in.
Yeah.
Stop providing value. I ain't going nowhere. We ain't gonna do it.
Whatever you think, bro. Whatever you think.
Yeah. There's levels to this crumb sucker thing, man.
Yes, sir. Golden dubs. That's all mine, bro. I claim it. I receive it. Amen.
Well, holy 4 hour. Happy Friday. John, did you like my... Oh, where'd he go? I sent John a little motivational picture this morning. Have you seen the vacuum that comes out the wall on every floor, all connects so you don't... No, but I'm interested. Where's the link? Show us the ear. Bro, my ear hurts. Rafi, how we feeling, bro? I can't wait to see you, man. What day do you fly in? I'm trying to like write down the days that people fly in so I know. Oh, the 4th. All right, we got a lot of people coming in on the 4th. Let's get it. Clubhouse, how y'all doing, man? Everyone good? Jay Coop was popping. What up, Phil? OGH. Rafi's here. What up, Rafi? How you doing?
My brother.
Stephen
How
B.
you doing, bro?
Great, man. Excellent. You?
Man, just getting back from traveling this whole week, last week. Just got back last night, now back into the office.
Nice. We missed you last week, man, with Raja.
I know, bro. I saw that. I was like, what? That would have been sick.
Yeah, he's gonna come on next week again.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's like, I'll come on every week. That was fun. I'm like, pull up.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yo, next week, man, I'm quaking here, bro. Like, I'm gonna be up starting, I would say, tomorrow. Very excited, man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Where were you at, Rafi? You were traveling?
Yeah, bro, I was in Minnesota. I went to Chicago. Went to
Nice.
Kansas City. Yeah, just doing some things, working on in person with some people, some organizations and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Seems like they just want to be in person, so doing my thing, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah. Had a little trip to Ratan as well,
Wakanda?
and now we're back.
Nice, man. Nice. So, where were you traveling all week?
Yeah, this week, last week. When was it that we had the webinar? Last weekend, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that Sunday, I took off.
Okay, nice.
And
Nice.
in the last 3 days, bro, I've been in different places. I went to Minnesota. I was in Ratan for 2 days. And now we're back. Crazy stuff, bro.
He's back in action.
Yep. Now I'm traveling again next week.
Yes, sir. He's coming to Florida.
Yes, sir. Then in September, what is it? July, August? No, on August, we're gonna go to. Oh man, I forgot. I'm gonna see my brother. I can't remember. I forget where he's at. Utah.
Utah.
And then September, we're gonna go to DR. So traveling here the next few months.
Okay, cool. A lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of traveling.
Rafi,
Johnny Jams.
my man.
Yo, we need to write it down, bro. Lambo Jams. That's gonna be
Yeah.
the new one.
That's the new name. Let's go. Yo, bro, week away, man. Can't wait.
Dude, actually,
I
7
literally-
days. 7
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, literally, bro.
At this
Okay.
time, I think I need to check my itinerary, bro. I have so much in my head. I need to
Yeah.
find it where it's at. But I think around this time, I'll be probably landing.
Dude, let's freaking go, bro.
Let's get it. That's
I'm
Friday, right? Yeah, Friday next week.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, you'll miss the
So you haven't bought
Raja.
your tickets.
You'll miss Raja
Make sure
again
you
then.
do.
Damn. If you haven't bought your tickets, hopefully you do that ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Get your tickets, get your hotels. We'll start a little group chat for everyone that's coming. So if you RSVP'd, we'll add you into some sort of a group chat. So that way, when you all get down there, if you guys want to hang out together, like, you know, certain people are going to come in on certain days. Some of you guys might be staying in the same hotel or right around the corner. So I would encourage you guys to hang out, get lunch, chill, you know, like just hang out together if you're down here. Yeah, up until the meetup.
Bro, that's going to be, I would say, days off, bro. I'm not doing anything on those days. Like, I've been all over the place that I feel like on the 3rd, bro, I'm shutting everything down. No answering no phone calls, nothing, bro, for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
that.
man, we'll just hang out every day. That's the plans.
Yeah.
Last day you can RSVP.
Thursday.
Anytime. Yeah, like honestly, like probably like Wednesday or Thursday. So that way we can get, because we got to get everyone the information, all that. So we want everyone RSVP'd, so that way we can send one email and that'll be efficient. Raja coming for July 4th? Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yeah, so if Raja comes that day, we'll stream. If he doesn't, then maybe we just won't stream, because that's a big U.S. bank holiday. There probably won't be much, you know, happening. That would be a good day for him to come, just so we can hang out and chop it up a bit. But
Damn, bro. I'm low-key gonna be traveling that day.
Me too, bro.
Yeah.
Ah,
So maybe we will get rid of
I know.
John and put Raja in his spot.
Damn. Hey man, whatever. I gotta do what we gotta do.
This is my motivational pick for John this morning. Come join me.
Yeah,
Come
man.
join me.
bro.
Get yourself friends who
Get you
motivate
friends
you
that
like
send
that.
you those pictures in the morning.
right. What do you think I'm gonna be doing, chat, within the next couple years? I mean,
Shouldn't be a surprise. So you got a closure below there on gold. Bearish closure here. Keep in mind there's a 15-minute support sitting right here as well. So to each his own in this move here. But I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm not going to take anything. Done. We're going to end the week right here. Lambo? Yeah, Lambo's nice. The SVJ is a beauty. Prove your calculations. Hey, there he is. Hero of the day. Hero of the day. Person of the year. Wait, what is this? August 7th, 1974. Philippe? Yo, chill. Was that the guy who jumped off? That's hilarious, bro. Did a guy actually jump off the Twin Towers? That's nuts. I didn't even know that.
no, he like walked across them. On
Oh,
like
he
a
walked
wire.
across it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who was that? Evil Knievel?
that was in like the 70s, bro. That was like before that was like right when those buildings got built.
Yeah, these cells aren't that bad. I mean, you got this fresh, clean range here. So if you want to take them, take them. I don't think I'm going to try I don't think I'm going to do this. But, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good on this. I think we'll call it here. Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. We'll wrap the day up here. Wrap the week up. We got one more month. Or one more day on the month. Yeah, but this was a good stream today. Good questions. It was more of an educational stream than anything. I think price just moved down, the whole entire time. So nothing we could really do with that. Just drop. So nothing we could do. I think it was a great job to stay out of the markets here in the New York session for the most part here today. And, we come back fresh next week.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right, cool. Well, hey. You guys have a great weekend. It was an honor and a privilege being here with you all this week. I hope this live stream has blessed your life in some sort of way or helped you out in some form of fashion. Johnny Jams, Rafi, always appreciate your time being up here.
Thank you for having me, my guy.
Hey,
Glory,
thank you, brother.
Glory to the Father. We got a great webinar coming in tomorrow in the Clubhouse. We're going to talk all about higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, how to plan trades based off of that. And we'll do that this weekend. So anyone in the Clubhouse, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to come to that webinar, just make sure you're in the Clubhouse before 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And if not, I'll see y'all back on Monday. Okay? You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. W.
Peace out, boys.
WWW on the way
Peace,
out.
chat.
Same friends.
Bless y'all. Peace.
Same friends. A holla, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace. Deuces.
It's just in a range road. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank roads. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a range road. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank roads. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same. Yeah, told you I would never change it. Young Charlie, yeah, he the same. I'm out here gunning it. On a Friday, got in the naming. Champagne in my hand, I'ma spray that. My dogs gon' dance on the stage and throwing up shots in the pavement. Same old roads, I'm claiming it. And I'm with all the ones from the jump. Now we do what we want when we want. It'll be that way till I'm gone. Till I'm gone, till I'm gone. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a range road. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank roads. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same. I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank roads. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same.
Bully, I know they want part of my money, no dummy, I'd rather them eat. It's hard to know when they like it for you. If it's my music, then how I'm unique. I know I'm young and I'm fly with the heat. Gotta value myself so I won't even beat. Boy, be stepping through trees once I give a response, that be when they repeat. I know I make it look easy, but I focus, ain't no time to slack. Tryna go for my bro, I'ma clap. When I told you I love you, on none of it cap. At the top of my brother, we made it. Slipping with my day ones, this ain't dated. Was a couple of they faded. From the jumping miss out, I played it.
I'm still with the same friends, out here with the same bros. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover. Made it with the same guys, now we different bank roads. Now y'all in designer, driving past the same. I'm still with the same friends, that's how we live like this. We out here blowing through them stop signs, ride a shotgun through the sticks. Don't need no one but my same guys, out here getting bank rolled. We still out here mobbing, it's just in a Range Rover.
Five, four, three, two, one.
God gave me the keys, so I'm logging in. Had to get off TikTok, watch how I be clocking in. Got the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get on my excuses on a diss track. I be walking where the truth is, ain't no zigzag, no more over. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop, 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 just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low, dog. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more over, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, oh, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around and see how hard it drop. Okay, yeah, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits, huh? Yeah, I put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog, standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go gorilla beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.D. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that ain't how you start, it's how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits.
A2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I want my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, see the kingdom, why you simping, for real? Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of on that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision that you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the page different. The page different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on. So they see me coming, they still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and there you hear that click. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. It's a hit. Hey, way it hit 'em like, whoa, man. Hey, make 'em do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we pray